it so well, but I hate it.
What is up, everybody? I am Jaso / the wizard / the DMGM of our Friday night Dungeons and Dragons adventures. This is our chaotically weird and interactive campaign, PERPLEXELLEL. Who else is joining me on this fine Friday evening?
That would be me. I'm Luke. Hey, everybody. I'm playing
Domo, Hobgoblin warlord, simple as.
And then is me, and I'm Kevin, and I'm playing Musa. Just a normal little girl.
Hey, so I'm Kyle. I play Harbor Hunky Dory Rouge, rockstar, rocking in the stars, looking for that new sound that will rock stars.
Guys, it's Amanda. I'm playing Six, the bunny Haragon barbarian person.
Our buddy Slim / Brian, who plays Nashers, Flash, the kobold lore bard, is going to be out this session. So wishing him well.
Hey everybody, I'm Nick. I'm playing Vice, human actor, martial artist extraordinaire. I punch stuff and whatnot.
Hi everybody, I'm Maz. I play Tali, Kalistar Druid.
Hey, Maz is not a special guest anymore. She's just here with us. Go check out her channel. She's been playing some Animal Crossing New Horizons. What's up with that 2.0 update?
Yep.
Digging up her gyroids, going to adventure on those islands. I know all about that.
Yep, lots of designing.
Lots of designing. Yes, I need more Animal Crossing friends who want them custom designs. That's right. That's the good stuff there. That's how you really customize your town. Yeah, go check her out. She does a lot of fun stuff. I guess you'd describe yourself as a variety streamer, probably. Yeah. So yeah, go check her out. Give her some love. Make sure and give her a follow. Thank you for joining us, Maz. Big thanks as always to the campaign character artists for both our main characters that will appear here at some point, as well as our NPC art, and both of those are by Peachy Yuri and Iruichi. I slapped their names in the chat. Make sure and go give them a follow, go give them some love. They do an amazing job. It's really awesome stuff, and I'm excited to have it, so check them out. Let me see here. There we go. We use Twitch channel points here on the channel, so as any of you are watching, if you're hanging out with us, you are actively building up Twitch channel points. So my channel, you are welcome to donate and support in any way you'd like through the donation link or the stream stickers. Some of them cost a couple bits, but our ways to interact with the stream are free. You just use your Twitch channel points that you build up over the series of watching. If you're a subscriber, you get a boosted amount of points, and if you follow the channel, you'll get a handful just outright from the bat. So there's a bunch of cool things that you can do with those points. Mama Bear already bought some of the players some +1s to their rolls. There's also inspiration. We have a couple new ones specifically for this campaign here. The volatile Wyrd and the weird mitigation that helps players manage all of their weird stuff going on. So thank you so much. Check that out at the bottom left of the chat. You'll see the purple Weirdbit icon. Just click on that. You can see how many points you have and all the cool rewards. If you have extra questions, just slap it in the chat, and I'll always try and help out and answer any of those that you may have. We also use the D&D Beyond plugin, like I was saying in the past couple sessions. Those are kind of working, kind of not necessarily always working, but apparently D&D Beyond is working on something new that will better integrate that type of stuff for Twitch, so that's something to look forward to at least. So not everybody is on there, but you can at least check out some people by mousing over the stream, and you're going to see over on this side, over to my the stream's right, you're going to see that D&D Beyond. Just click on that and you'll be able to see some of the characters, details, and stuff like that. Big shout out to Mousy for the bits over the past week, and Luna from Fandom Land for the follow. I really appreciate that. As well as Hope for TTRPGs for the raid. last time we did a stream. Thank you so much for that. That was very nice of you. That is really it for my upfront announcements. I'm going to go ahead, play our intro, and then we'll hand out some inspiration or roll some die to see who wants to give the recap. So we will be right back. So, Kevino / Musa, what happened last time on PERPLEXELLEL?
Oh boy, that's a good question. We got down to the. So let's see. We were traveling from the head of the giant whose name eludes me because
Lumpton.
Lumpton. And because he had big itches down by his butt, unfortunately. So we're heading down that way. We pretty much went the same path that we used to get up to the head. We went down the spine. We did fight one more thing, but we had scared a bunch of stuff off already. So it was pretty quiet, easy going. Got down to the butt area.
You missed out on all the action, Maz.
And coming from between the cheeks came the giant thing of
the gluteral cleft.
Wow.
The thing we're hunting. We fought
Heximal.
him. We beat him though. Heximal. We beat him though, and once we beat him, we pretty much almost immediately got transported back to the zero reality, and now we have what was it? A couple days before our next mission.
That's correct. You have a day before your next mission.
Okay. And we did some shopping offline.
You did some shopping. That's correct. Everyone's weird pressure has faded. Everyone's your weird pressure's gone back to zero. Your weird effects that you suffered from the triggers, now that you're in zero reality, has sort of reset, and you find yourselves back to normal, as much as you can be considered normal with this eclectic group. Tali, last session you had realized that after communicating with Lumpton, you were still sort of in your wild shape as your dire wolf, and as time drew on, you suddenly realized that you could no longer even speak. You could simply just bark and howl, and so that was a bit of a detriment for you. So when combat came around, you and Peri sat out while the rest of the group fought the target heximal and dealt with that issue. And afterwards, when everyone returned back to the lab, you were pulled aside by the main scientist Lexi so that she could take a look at your physical form and do a couple quick experiments to try and get you back to your normal humanoid form. So things begin to get a little foggy towards the end for you in terms of exactly the specifics of what happened last session. That works both in and out of character. But you find yourself vision blurred at first, but then comes into focus as you peer around, realizing that your memory gets pretty foggy as you continued south after speaking with Lumpton to head down towards the butt crack of Lumpton. And Lexi, you can see now as your vision clarifies that Lexi is in front of you. She seems to be sort of just like poking you with what looks like a steel rod, and she looks you up and down and says, "There we go. Looks like you are back in your regular form. How do you feel, Tali?"
A little dizzy. Where are we?
It seems as though you were sustained, or suspended rather, in your wild-shaped form, likely due to the weird matrix that was suffered from being a part of the group along with their suits, but not having one yourself. Everyone was able to return back to my lab safely along with you, although you seem to have been stuck in your wild shape. I've run a couple different arcane tests and was able to use them to return you back to your normal self. Everything should be good from here on out. Tell me, what are you looking for in this experiment? Why did you join to be a part of it?
I was curious, you could say. Curiosity gets the best of all of us.
Understandable. Though I must admit, this particular experiment is quite dangerous. Are you sure you're up for the task?
Oh, was that supposed to dissuade me?
No. Simply to reinforce the fact that you are a part of things. I must admit, and I'm sure your contractual agreement had this in its text, that you were initially meant to be a rotating member, as it were. However, I find that you being a part of the group will serve in the long term more advantageous than I initially imagined. I would ask for you to stick around for a few more experiments along with the others, if you were willing.
Well, can't stop me now.
That is good
As long
to
as I
hear.
can wild shape again without any more detriment to my health.
Yes, speaking of that matter, considering your position in a rotating seventh member position, the idea was to use the kickback energies from the rest of the Excel suits from the others to help transport you to and fro, though I now see that that carries with it some partial side effects. She walks over as you realize you're sort of just in like a sterile white room, not the main one that has all the weird panels and the golems on it. It's just you and her, and you're kind of sitting on like a just almost like a featureless slate white, something that you'd find that you'd like lay on at the doctor's office. But this even more crude in just how simplistic it is, as you're kind of pull yourself up and peer around. You can see the walls of this smaller room are lit by the sort of arcane lines that run through them and provide this sort of intense bright light. Lexi walks over to what looks like just the featureless wall and presses a hand up against it. A square lights up around her hand, and you watch as a portion of the wall, about her size, maybe a little shorter since she's tall, begins to carve itself out in a square shape, or rectangular shape rather, and push back, and then begins to slide to the side. And underneath, you see a separate XL suit begin to shift forward. I think that it would be best, if you were to stay on board, that you yourself don an Excel suit as the others.
So how does this work? Do I
It
just
is-
touch it and
simple, really. I would ask that you put it on as any normal piece of clothing. The sensations you feel afterwards may be unconventional,
Oh.
but there will be no pain. Just keep in mind, although you will be able to manage whether you don or doff your gear underneath, that is possible, but the suit itself cannot be taken off. Once you put it on, it will stay on your person until the experiment has reached its completion.
Tali goes over and starts putting on the suit.
It's sort of standard like the others. Maybe it's accented in certain places that makes it slightly different than the others, but in large part it is similar to the other ones you've seen. Largely white, almost lab coatish in nature, with the sort of longer trailing coat that runs down, gloves that you can slip your hands into, as well as a nice brimmed collar. There's purple accents on it in certain spots, and around the left chest area you can see the sort of vortex-like purple symbol that is displayed on everyone else's suits themselves. As you take your time to kind of slip it on, Lexi says, "Consider it a symbiotic relationship. This, although in a mimetic form of an outfit, is in fact a sentient creature, one that will bond with your form. You will be linked, if you will." As you finish putting on the suit, Tali, everything feels fine at first. It fits snugly, and in fact, as you finish putting it on, you can kind of feel it almost moving on your form, shifting, changing its shape. Areas that seemed uniform and maybe were a little tight or a little loose in certain spots begin to change and shift, making it more comfortable and fitting your shape more uniformly and comfortable. It's tight fitting, but sits over top any of your other clothing and gear that you may have on you. Just enough to where it's very form-fitting but not uncomfortable. Lexi comes over and pulls sort of like one of the coat sides out and tests it for a second, looking over it. A couple things, Tali. Your suit, as I mentioned, is in fact a hexi. Should you need to speak with it or use its conscious resonance to speak to any of the other party members, despite the fact that you are separated from them, you can do so from the hexi within your suit. You are also now donning one of the Excel suits, meaning you also have to manage your Wyrd pressure, and you may trigger the Wyrd itself. If you would look at your palm, she says. As you lift up your palm, you can see in the center of the purple glove, as you lift up, Lexi tells you to think, just consider the Wyrd pressure that your suit currently has. And as you ponder this in your mind, a 0 sort of forms, indented, like outlined on your palm, as if you'd put string or something underneath the glove to give it a bump to show the symbol. It then depresses back and disappears. You'll be able to always manage your Wyrd pressure. You'll always be able to tell how much you have. You won't even need to look at your palm. You'll feel it on your hand and know. In this way, you'll be able to manage how much Wyrd pressure you have. Keep that in mind as you move forward. I mentioned this to the others, but I think it pertinent to re-advise you. Keep it as low as possible. The higher it goes, if you in fact do trigger the Wyrd somehow, the higher your Wyrd pressure, the more dangerous the results. You can do so by expending and focusing on using some of your own life force to do so. But I think it better for you to just let it happen in the field. From what I was able to study from the others and some of the notes you were able to give me before I transferred you back to this form, it seems as though the others have suffered a few different effects from what I saw. This will be no different from you. You will just have to work your way around things. I would ask that you go now and rejoin the group. There is a separate quarters for you, a hallway that extends out of the main R&D room. There is a room for yourself. Inside you will find all of the accommodations you'll need for sleep. There is also a glass panel in your room, similar to the ones you've seen in the R&D. They will have common written on it. You may touch them, and they shall arcanely interact with some remote vendors. Use this to order food and drink if you need, as well as supplies through a variety of remote shops that are possible through this device. If you need to speak to any of the other members of your group, it is also pertinent that you get to know some of them. They are nearby. Everyone has rooms adjacent to one another. It is a dormitory of sorts. If you need to speak to me, every room is outfitted with a magic mouth. You simply need but ask for me, it will appear, and I shall speak with you. I am currently getting ready for your next excursion. You have 24 hours before I will need you to come back to the R&D room and report for the next experiment. Until then, you are welcome to move freely within the dormitory. Unfortunately, travel to the surface side of Neogokyo is prohibited during the testing period of this experiment. But be assured that once the experiment is carried through to its succession, you will be awarded the full benefits of the contractual agreement you have signed and be permitted to leave the deep levels here of the Mastermind premises. Did you have any other questions for me before I let you loose to the others?
No.
Oh yes, one more thing. Before you head to the others, I think it pertinent that you all at least have a proper name for yourselves. Test subjects carries with it an air of certain connotations that may not carry a sense of positivity with it. I think it good for you to give yourselves a particular name that you can call yourselves throughout your adventures. It's not something you need to do immediately, but perhaps something to think about so that you can at least identify yourselves should the time come. She raises a hand towards the far wall, and you see where it looks just like a blank white wall, similar to how your Excel suit appeared. There is a shifting cut into the wall in a rectangular shape, and it shifts and moves. And you can now see the hallway that leads to the dormitory where you can rejoin the others. Again, if you have any questions, make sure and contact me from your room. Otherwise, you may order whatever provisions you like with your coin that you have. Until then, you have 24 hours. I will speak to you afterwards. Do you walk into the hallway?
I want to go to, I guess, my quarters and try to see what else is in there before I
Sure.
check out who's next.
The hallway is the actual dormitory. As you begin to walk into it, you just see a featureless white hallway kind of lit up brightly, similar to the other rooms you've been in. But you, this time, actually do see indentions of separate sort of sliding doors made out of this same almost like pearlescent white. And on each of them now, just sort of seemingly where they weren't before to everyone else, now are etched the names of each of the others' rooms that you can see. You can actually hear sort of like the faint muffled sound of some of them talking. It sounds like maybe Nasher and Harper or I think maybe Nasher and Vice are having a conversation or finishing up a conversation. And you do see one room at the far end at one of the doors that's kind of blank. And you can step down. You can travel to anybody else's room. You can go to your own room if you'd like. What would you like to do?
I would like to, let's see, walk straight to the empty room. I'm guessing that would be mine.
As you step up to the empty room, you begin to watch as arcane lettering begins to carve, indenting into the sliding door, your name. After it finishes, it begins to slide to the left, revealing kind of what Lexi explained, a very simple, functional, although pretty bare bones room that shows a bed that sort of like is this panel that kind of juts out from the wall. It's, think of like super modern Art Deco. It's like a slab that shoots out of the wall. It doesn't even touch the ground. That has your basic coverings and pillow on it. Next to that, there's like a square dressing stand, as well as a glass panel that functions as both a mirror but can also be used as a ordering panel if you need to use the kind of sigils and common text on it to order different things like food and drink and things like that. At the far corner of this kind of smaller room, it's like a small living room space. It's not huge, but it's got a little bit of room to it so you can relax a little bit. Over in one of the corners is a sectioned out wall, and as you kind of peer in, you can see that there is like a faucet up at the top where it actually functions as a showering area. You can see a couple towels set to the side if you need them. It looks like everything that you would need out of staying in a separate place that's not your home. Not the easiest to look at. There's nothing particularly fun here. Could probably use a couple details to make it more homely, but this is probably par for the course for the masterminds, who are very utilitarian in their nature. As you are checking out your room, Tali, Musa, you have just found this weird, I guess not weird, but just unknown blue sash that you hold in your hand. What would you like to do?
Oh, I put it on.
Oh, that's
100%.
right. Okay, you threw it on. All right.
'Cause
After
there
that...
was nothing going on with it, of course, with that horrible arcane roll that I rolled.
After that, it is still... The 24 hours have not passed yet. So you are each free to do whatever you would like. I would assume, since we kind of did it... oh, speaking of, I need to give you guys some inspiration real quick. Go ahead and do that here.
You said there was food to buy also
Yes.
from the screen? Is there a... I don't see anything about... Where would we find food?
As you tap at the glass panel to see what types of food there are, it's... Well, maybe you of all people are more used to this than anything else. You maybe at first expect Musa to see some actual fun human food like turkey legs or, you know, some type of meats and things like that, and you still see, just as you did when you were a test subject in the Mastermind's lab, the same sort of like very utilitarian names for each of the room. You know, that none of them say anything that are like meats or anything. It's all just like protein pack AE1, very strange stuff that you know is not the greatest tasting, but from what the Masterminds have told you, it packs all of the necessary nutrients that you would need to continue functioning.
She's definitely a little disappointed. She was hoping maybe the experiments got maybe a special food menu, but no, it's the same trash they all have in this entire plate. It's so gross.
Wait, I'm sorry. Do we have to buy the food, or is it just like...
No. You notice that there are no costs associated with the food.
Okay.
Probably because it's all the same weird, just nutrient gruel.
Can't
I
turn
was
down free
really
food,
hoping
though.
there was some sweets.
Almost greedily eating nutrient gruel. Galley.
As you order this domo, stepping up to your room is a metagolem creature. As the door slides open, you see in one of his sort of like thick-fingered hands is a plate along with a cup, and he sets it down next to you and begins to walk out of the room. You can see on the plate, it's like Matrix food. It just looks like a colorless, like oatmeal or you know, like mashed potatoes or something. It's just, you kind of go to eat it and it's a little cold and it does not taste all that great.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I look at it. I sniff it, and then just gobble it. Gobble the gross stuff down. The taste is secondary. Just straight up.
It's not that much worse than what the Bastion served, honestly.
I mean, if it fits your macros, you know.
I mean, it's food. Better than nothing.
He is right. It is food. It's just not very exciting.
Are you guys going to each other's rooms to talk about this?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, we're all separate. I thought there was like a galley or something.
There's like your rooms are all connected to the hallway.
Conversations.
Through our suits. That's what I figured. We were just talking through our suits.
Sure.
I mean, technically you could, yes, actually. So you all relay this in the very strange voices of your hexies that say this to one another.
Count yourself lucky. Was on a mission one time, had nothing to eat but dirt for 3 days. 3 whole days of dirt.
Was it organic
What does
dirt?
feel like real dirt, not like giant space troll dirt.
Oh yeah, sometimes I forget that you've never been out of here other than on the giant space troll.
Yeah, that wasn't a great first time.
Well, it doesn't taste very good, and this tastes much better, so count your lucky star.
I suppose. Oh, I've seen pictures.
Don't worry. Hypothetically speaking, surely one of these planets has dirt on it. They can't all be giants, right?
It's
right?
improbable.
Where do you think they're gonna ship us off to next?
From the way she described it, could be anything.
Hoping something sunny, beachfront, just tropical-like, you know?
Yeah, like a giant turtle, you know, with an ocean on its back.
It doesn't always have to be a giant animal, you know? It could just be a normal planet.
Well, it wouldn't be a smaller one.
It's true.
You think we'd see snow? Snow sounds awesome.
It's all right. Trust me, you won't like it after you have to shovel it for a bit. I'll tell you that much. Same with dirt, actually.
This conversation is going nowhere. This is just.
And we can do it for 3 hours.
Just saying, you know what? Upon it reaching that part, Hunky Dory would start exploring. Can I take this off? Can I? I'd like to be naked right now.
So first off,
right.
Everyone like hears this conversation. Even you, Tali. You see this weird bump begin to form on the inside of your collar, and you're a little hesitant maybe at first as this head forms of your suit's hexy, and it begins to just like it announce who is talking and just begins to just like speak with whatever they're talking about. So it's a little unnerving, but you have the ability to basically use these things because they can sense each other's presence even at great distances to kind of like talk to each other using these creatures as walkie-talkies. So you're welcome to talk with the rest of the party even though you're all sort of like chilling in your separate rooms. Harper, you find that you're able to like take off most of your things. Like maybe you got like a belt with a couple things on it. You're able to take that off. You're able to remove most of your sort of like underclothing. But as you go to sort of like try and unbutton the actual lab coat Excel suit, you find that it doesn't seem to budge. You like go to grab at one of the gloves and kind of clench on it to pull it off. And it feels like it is almost like it's stuck to your skin. You can't get any grip on it.
No. You have to let me be free. I've been bound up too long. It's been, 12 hours.
A creature of a hexy begins to form and says,
I have to stay with you.
That's all well and good. And I imagine that he's doing this all like over like speakerphone, but doesn't really care. Well, you can make some like sensible space boots or something, but I have to breathe.
I'll say maybe you could just imagine him like smaller. Would that help?
Who is that?
Oh, it's Musa.
Oh, is this line open?
We can all hear you, you know.
I'm trying to be naked alone, please.
Okay. I mean, you are alone, technically.
Separate versions of each of your hexies sort of begin to talk to some of you. One of them says,
He's trying to be naked.
another one says,
We are part of his skin. He can't take us off.
Wait, you mean we can't get in our skivvies and get in the shower? We gotta wear our suits into the shower?
We need to be clean as much as you do.
Oh no, this deal's getting worse all the time.
I'll find you a drum to soak in. Get off of me.
The areas of skin that we cover, we will clean you.
I don't not like that, but I wish to be free.
Shit.
Hey, what about-
I need to feel the starlight on my bare skin.
So we can, like, piss and shit, right? Like, that's fine.
Who is this? Who keeps talking?
There's only one way to find out. Who needs to go?
it says,
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right, maybe it's not so bad.
Six also chimes in and goes, yes, we definitely can.
It's the episode of Venture Brothers where the doc just pisses in his spacesuit. There's like no waste collection.
I wrote that.
Shit.
All the clothing that Tali was wearing, aside from the suit, that wasn't like changed or anything while she was getting taken care of by Lexi, right?
No, you take a second to kind of look over your things, making sure everything that you had before you took on your wad shape is still there, and it's still on your person.
Okay,
It's like
so
underneath your outfit.
Gotcha. So Tali takes out the pair of gloves that she used to lance the boils or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Pulls them off, puts them into what is it? A thin, almost like Ziploc bag, and just seals it and tries to hide it in the room.
Sure. Where do you want to try and stash it?
Under a mattress, if there's one. I can't remember.
Yeah, there's like it's like this thin white slab, this rectangular slab that kind of juts out of the wall, and then it's got like this very thin, functional but not very comfortable sort of like mattress on top with a couple of sheets and pillow. You kind of just like seal this translucent bag with what you found here with your gloves and kind of just shove it underneath. Just enough to where you'll be able to grab it quickly, but no one else can see it.
I think after she was able to hide it and walk back, she might try to look around and see if there's nobody watching before she heads over to the nearest door, whoever's dorm is next to hers.
Okay. As you peer around, other than the weird sort of functional way you all have kind of walkie-talkies through the creatures, you don't notice any prying eyes. You don't see anything that looks like any other creatures, or at least without a check, you don't see anything that you can mistake as like some type of maybe arcane camera or anything. Looks like you're relatively alone in this room. And then as you kind of step out and look around, you will see that adjacent to your room is whoever's room you want.
I guess it'll be right next to Six's room. So I guess
Brave.
Brave one.
Six is shitting in her suit right now.
Pooping.
Taking a little rabbit,
Power squat in the corner.
her rabbit
Need
poops.
the power pellet.
Just rabbits.
She's not housebroken, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Pellet
Oh
everywhere.
no.
Are you going to visit Six, Tally?
Yeah.
Okay. As you step up, where do you knock at the door or something like that?
Yeah. Knock knock.
You hear this, Six.
You okay in there?
Yeah? Who is this?
The tall one.
Oh, the tall one. Okay, you just gotta shove it in my face like that. All right. She opens the door.
Crazy.
And
I
you
was thinking
are
didn't
like
remember my
very
name.
you are like very tall, so she's like
If you, I was trying to help you out because I doubt anybody remembers my name, but you might.
Go ahead.
You might have. I was just hoping. How is the suit?
It's fine.
You do notice,
I'd-
Six, that Tally's actually wearing one now.
Oh yeah. So you're joined for good, like these other weirdos who joined up on their own volition.
now.
Okay.
I guess the last time I needed this particular suit to survive, something went wrong and I could no longer speak to you guys, even though I was in my wolf form.
Yeah, but Musa did like you in the wolf form, though. She
That's
probably
true.
she probably prefers you that way, just so you know.
Probably.
So what? You trust this Lexi woman?
Not even the slightest.
And
But if
maybe-
she has experiments, then I'm going to be there.
All right. Well, at least I'm not the only one.
Sketch. She may lie, but data doesn't.
Six probably just keeps eating her gruel. She's not picky either. She's not gonna turn down free food.
You see some pretty nasty
Is that the
slop.
only food?
Yeah, Tally, you see some pretty nasty slop that Six is eating. Does not look particularly
He was hungry.
appetizing.
You have some of this stuff? Yeah, it's pretty good.
No. I think I'll wait until I desperately am hungry.
Okay. Suit
Enjoy
yourself.
it.
I like how I have a really nasty food and it's just a team that largely doesn't even care.
Just a
Whatever.
bunch of trash people and a rock star.
At least it's not vermin this time. Anybody else doing anything in particular? You guys have 24 hours, so if you need to do any extra shopping or any questions or you want to interact, you're welcome to do so.
At some point, like when it seems quiet, like everybody might be sleeping, Six would probably walk into the hallway and check out the defenses.
You step out into the hallway, Six. You want to give me like a perception check or something?
No.
Perception. Yeah, I can give you a perception. That's an 8.
Hell yeah.
She doesn't notice anything. It's all good to her.
You peer around, and other than the indentions as well as the sort of like carved in names of the doors of each of your party members, you don't see any other features. Like on the far sides of the wall where you actually remember walking in and out from the R&D room, it's just like a featureless white wall. There's not like an indention of a door or anything.
She's gonna go up and like just start randomly pressing on the door.
You start randomly like pressing in different areas on the door. It's this kind of cold. It almost feels like steel, but it's like this pearl white with a couple different lines of arcane light that run through it. You take a minute kind of pressing in different areas, maybe slapping a palm on it, and the wall does nothing.
Okay, I see how it is. I mean, if she doesn't notice anything else, she'll probably go back to her room.
Yeah, you don't notice anything else with that perception check.
Okay.
All right. Is everyone gonna get some rest in? Are you guys taking a long rest, getting your stuff back?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Domo's not happy about having to sleep in her clothes, but she'll deal.
As you remove most of your gear, Domo, besides, with everything off besides the XL suit, it's so form-fitting that you only barely notice it.
Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all.
What's up, Mousy? As you all go ahead, and I'll say everyone can go ahead, I think with a long rest, I think everyone recovers half of their hit die. So this is 24 hours, so you are welcome to, maybe sleep a couple hours and then just spend another set of 8 hours for a long rest, kind of just doing some menial tasks, not doing a whole lot, so you can get your full hit die back. So you can go ahead and each of you throw your stuff back up to the top. As I said before, all of your weird pressure is down to 0. You have no other strange effects or anything like that.
Nice. Woo.
After some hours of resting and things like that, a similar set to kind of the same sort of silverish color as the golem that came in to deliver some of your foods, each enter into the hallway and sort of have these large cases of like tied together different items that they begin to deposit at your front room, at the front area of the hallway near each of your rooms, kind of like a delivery service. And as each of you begin to poke some of your heads out, you notice that whatever you happen to order on the screen for whatever gear you may find useful for the next excursion has now been delivered to you.
Convenient.
You watch as they like slowly march out, kind of lifting their legs up and down, almost like in a marching slow formation, kind of step back out of the room. The door slides close and the indention, this rectangle in the wall where the door was at the end of the hallway, sort of disappears.
Oh, good. You all bought stuff. Good to see.
Midori pulls out this giant bass that just like, you kind of like see him like anime sink into the floor, and then he starts playing and then just starts walking up the wall and then all the way around the wall. Oh yeah,
Wow.
that's heavy, man. Put it down.
So cool.
I got an enchantment on my axe that gives me climb speed equal to my movement.
Wait, Musa, all the weird things you could do, you can't walk on walls in here.
And Domo starts walking up the wall as well, right onto the ceiling.
See, it's easy, just try it.
Oh.
All it takes is the right feeling. Do-do-do-do-do. And you'll be dancing on the ceiling. Do-do-do.
Musa lays on her back and like puts her feet on the wall. It's like, I don't know. I don't feel like I don't feel like working.
You look like you get. We tricked you.
I hold up a high five for Blackstar, like across the room, like not close.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
You're all right, kid. You're all right.
Vice. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Vice, as you're kind of watching the shenanigans go on with everyone kind of playing with the gear that they have delivered, the sash that Musa has around her neck, it's hard to remember, but it looks kind of familiar.
Oh. Is that like a prop or something from like, you know, one of my movies?
You could do like a history check or something if you wanted to.
Let's do a history check. This guy's been kicked in the head way too many times to remember anything like that.
Hunky Dory starts playing a tune that helps you remember with advantage.
Oh,
I mean, that peaceful, easy feeling.
My music pervades history. I can always help you remember, as long as it hits recheck.
I think I endorsed something like that, kind of like Vice scarf or something like that. I don't know.
Vice. I mean, it's not like a particularly detailed. It's just like a standard blue sash. But you do remember, like you did one time play as a actor during one of your filming throughout the Twixt, where you did have a sort of like blue sash, very similar to this, around your waist that you used, doing some martial arts stuff.
Could have been Vice Shinobi 1, Vice Shinobi 2, Vice Shinobi 3, Vice Strikes Back. Could have been The Big, the Bad, and the Vice. So many of them. Kind of an iconic look, if you will. Where'd you get that?
Oh, I don't know. It was in my room. It was under my bed, right, Jason?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was just under my bed. It was just sitting there when we got back.
Did I sign it for you?
I've never seen it before. I don't know where it came. It's not mine necessarily. It was in my room, but I've never been out of these labs, Vice. I've never met anyone.
Whoa. It's like existential.
Yeah, I guess.
Just gonna like touch it, like pick it up, put it down. It looks authentic. I've never met anybody before. It's kind of cool.
You can have it back if you want it. Like I said, I just found it. I thought it looked good.
Oh, well, okay. I mean, I guess we needed a Vice Shinobi 4, so,
The Vicen.
Oh, you could be the Vicinator Jr. then. Here.
Woo! Yeah! I want to be in a movie! Oh my goodness, can I be in your movie? Oh my goodness, I want to be in your movie! Somebody let me be in your movie! Let me be in your movie! Let me be in your movie, please!
Here's what you can do. Take these shoes and go play with them real quick while you learn how to be Vicinator Jr. And, Vice will take off his Air Vice, 4000s,
Oh my God.
which are boots of spider climbing, and let Musa be able to walk on the ceiling with the other two.
Do you also have boots that let you spider climb?
I have boots of spider climbing as my magic item, so I could do all my own stunts.
Oh my God. Half of the party can walk on ceilings. I love
DM will remember that.
The DM will remember that.
Amazing.
Vice will
So cool!
gonna take the scarf and make a ridiculously long headband out of it. Like basically down to his ankles. The faster I run, the longer it gets. It's crazy.
All right. You guys still have a couple hours left. Would you like to do anything before you are to meet back in the R&D room for your next excursion?
Oh, we saw all the special stuff, right? Already, like we could like see that in our rooms.
What do you mean?
Like the special items. I forget what they were. One of them was a hat.
Yes. Yeah. You each had the opportunity to pick a special item.
Okay. Well, when everybody's like looking at their stuff, like I'm guessing like people are in the hallway and stuff, Six is gonna walk out and be like, "So you guys see those special items?"
Oh yes. vaguely remember those. Did we decide last week what to do with them?
Your choices were
the
the
hat.
dimensional doorknob, the dimensional net, and the thwarting hat.
Tell us, Six. What is it?
Wait, what's the question? What is what? When?
I imagine you brought it up for a reason. I was giving you the door to explain.
Oh, well, only one of us gets one, right?
That's correct. Tali, basically the team, everyone got some gold to spend to buy some stuff, but they also were given the opportunity to pick one of these 3 items to be able to use on the next mission if they'd like. And this is all under your party belongings. 1 to the whole party. It doesn't cost anything. It's like pick this, and you guys can use this on your next mission.
Guess if nobody minds, I'll just take the hat.
I'm sure it'd look good on you.
By all means.
Okay, that was easy. I mean, she's gonna try to take the hat, however you take it. If nobody stops her.
You take a second to search your bundle. You find the thwarting hat, and you slip it on your head.
Nice.
Nice.
Your ears sort of like curl at the hat brim and kind of push out in a straight line.
Look, we've got a hat hair now.
Boo.
Maybe I can like poke some holes in it or something.
Don't void the warranty, sweetheart.
What's a warranty?
Trust me, it's something you don't want to break. Next thing you know, you're in a tube somewhere, waking up next to a bunch of weirdos on a mission. Everyone's got matching suits for some reason.
Oh, that's
I don't
like
wanna-
no.
I don't want to talk about it.
Was it similar to this or different? Or is it this?
It's this.
Oh well, we're all here together.
Right, yeah, let's just get the hat and go. Let's figure out where we're going next. Where's what's-her-face? Talking wall lady.
We have to call her with the song. Lexi, where are you? Everybody, Lexi.
Lexi.
We use the magic mouth in your room.
Wow.
As you call this out, Harper, a couple yards away, kind of back in your room, it's loud enough where you can hear. Some of you see through the open door of Harper's room a magic mouth forming on the wall.
Yes, is everyone ready?
Oh, that was a little illegible.
Didn't catch a word of that.
Is everyone ready?
Was
This
that better?
speaker's busted. No, we didn't catch it.
Hello, are you there?
Oh,
Hello?
damn. She just says, "Is everyone ready?"
I think we are.
Zaba.
As
Right is right.
ready as he can be.
You are a few hours ahead of schedule. I appreciate the pertinence. Please, if you would step into the R&D room, you'll find it at the end of the hall. The magic
We've been in
mouth.
this color.
Oh, go ahead.
We've been in this colorless cube for 24 hours. Of course, we're very keen to get on.
The magic mouth disappears, and you now see an indentation of a door forming on the far side of the hallway dormitory. Pushing out to the side, you now see the large R&D room, several of these meta-golems standing around, typing at a very similar looking glass panel to those that sort of hover in your room. Lexi standing in the center of it, doing the same thing. She watches as each of you enter. Good. You will have noticed that Tali has also donned an Excel suit and will be joining as a permanent member to your groups.
Hey, welcome. That's exciting.
Welcome to the squad, if all official-like.
Did you happen to come up with a name for yourselves?
We were supposed to do that.
I don't think anybody actually mentioned other.
Somebody Tali knew, I think.
Completely forgot that.
It is not a necessity.
What about Domo's Roughnecks? I like the sound of that.
Sounds awesome.
Bad news bugbears. Wait, I could keep rattling them off for a while now.
Yeah.
There's 7 of us, right?
Yes.
I like the Super Sevens.
How about
superheroes?
How about the adequate 7? You know, set our sights low. That way, we always exceed expectation.
Oh, there's nothing just adequate about me.
The unlucky 7.
Yeah.
Oh,
That'd be fun.
Signed up for this super hollow vid.
Yeah, I like the unlucky 7. That's the name. That's the one right there.
That sounds like fun. I like it.
That works.
A good name.
Then let us tentatively call you the Unlucky 7.
Yeah.
But we've got a lucky rabbit, so that's fine. We'll continue.
I was on set one time for a movie before it got shut down due to too many people dying on the set. It's called The Commendables. It was pretty good.
Jesus.
The bulls. Excellent.
It's good.
Excellent.
boo this man.
Hey, real quick. I'm gonna test some other voices. Tell me if you can hear them.
Testing.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Testing.
Yeah.
Also good.
Yep.
Testing.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Good. Yeah.
scary.
Okay, good. Just making sure. That way, when I am in my roleplay mode, we don't have to stop because no one can hear me.
What?
Lexi says. So then.
Ooh, this man.
Details for your next excursion. I hope that you have found yourselves adequately able to purchase whatever necessary equipment you may have. Of course, after I give you the details for this particular assignment, you are welcome as a last minute to go purchase anything else. Sometimes it may be helpful after hearing the details to get a better idea of the scope of the project and the items you may find as a necessity to go out there with it. Of course, anything you find in a collateral reality, provided it is not nailed down or adequately defended, you may also use and call your own.
Nice. All the loot we can carry.
As for your next mission, you'll be using your suits to travel to a collateral reality versions of our planet here in the Twixt known as Udu. Udu is a planet far away from most stars with a heavy overcast, thus getting little light. There are a number of smaller villages and settlements on Udu. The one you will be traveling to for this excursion in this collateral reality is a mining village called Erie-Ide. And the name actually appears on one of the panels nearby you.
Domo visibly frowns. She had her heart set on a tropical vacation.
I laughed when you said that. Erie-Ide is a small population, less than 300, that are located here. Maester surveys have reported that Erie-Ide has always been home to the supernatural. But recently, issues of spirits seemingly erupting from the depths of a crater nearby the town. The crater was caused by a meteor crash some decades ago, but was far enough outside of Erie-Ide to avoid any larger mass casualties. I've been able to triangulate the heximal variant to somewhere within this vicinity, but I would ask you all to speak with its local residents or explore the locale to get a better idea of where to find this heximal target. As I have previously mentioned, although I can share with you the information provided from our own Maester surveys out there, I cannot anticipate the variety of differentiations between our version of Udu here in Zero Reality and the collateral versions you may be finding yourselves within during your excursion. Expect the unexpected.
Hey, I got a question.
Of course.
So, right, is the collateral reality where there was a giant out in the Twixt, right? And it was a planet? Does that mean there's also a giant planet hovering about somewhere out there, too? In the not collateral reality, the real reality?
Zero reality.
Here in Zero Reality, Lumpton is not a massive colossus, but rather an actual small planet.
So, we could be going to Udu and it's gonna be like made out of cottage cheese or something.
I would estimate that the probability that it is made out of specifically cottage cheese to be low.
But not impossible.
But not impossible.
Less likely than any other reality.
If
Domo seems satisfied with herself and stops listening.
If anything expected to be any variance of cheese, I would expect that to be more of a probability than specifically cottage.
Ooh, cheese planet sounds like fun. That sounds delicious.
I don't
All
believe
right,
you've ever
Operation
eaten cheese.
Planet is a go.
Yes, cheese planet. Yes, we're going to a cheese planet.
Yeah.
That's
When
what
do
I
we
heard.
start?
Musa, please, do not consume too much cheese.
She's lactose intolerant.
Why
no.
always got constraints on me? Ah! Can't wait till this is done.
She turns, and there is an area of the R&D room that has this sort of curved wall that begins to open in the center. A split appears, and it begins. Both sides begin to sort of pull back, rotating, revealing a platform that you each stood on previously, as Lexi activated arcane signals within your suits to help you begin this excursion. She turns and says to each of you, "Well then, if you'd please step atop the platform, we shall begin the next part of the PERPLEXELLEL experiment. As noted before, Tali, if you would please take note of any interesting findings there, whatever recordings you can muster. The research will prove incredibly helpful and a boon continuing the research." She waves a hand at the platform.
Oh, yeah, we step on that shit.
Can I hit all the buttons to make all the colored lights pop up again before we go?
You see as Lexi looks around. There are no buttons, Vice.
Oh, well, okay.
Oh, man.
We can all make beep boop noises for you if you'd like.
Yeah.
Just imagine them in front of you.
Oh, that's not hard.
Musa sends up sparks with prestidigitation.
Oh.
Beep boop.
Beep boop.
I wish you all the best of luck, she says as she begins
Unlucky
typing.
7!
The unlucky
Operation
7.
Cheese Planet!
Beep boop.
Yes, Operation Cheese Planet, go!
Jesus, the wheels fell off of this so fast.
This is all bad.
I'm in an unusually lull random mood tonight. Sorry about that.
Each of you watch as you stand here, kind of hearing the cheering of Musa ready to go to Planet Cheese, as the room begins to pull out a bit sort of does that. What's the term when it like the camera sort of pulls in, but the background pulls out? Yeah, and you watch as fractal pieces of the room begin to take shape now, as if there was a mirror in the room that was slowly shattered. As you see pieces of the room begin to fleck around, more and more are created, and your vision begins to blur as each of these shards crash into one another, creating just this voluminous flow of shards that are reflective of the room. It almost forms into this soupy kaleidoscope mixture, and then with a sudden pull and jerk, you feel the sensation of your suits as the shards shoot towards your face. Again, you reflexively some of you throw your hands up, but as these shards shoot towards you, they simply shoot past you, and where you were once standing in the lab room, you are now standing somewhere else.
Does it look like there's cheese anywhere, Jason?
Make a perception check.
What kind of cheese are we on today?
Of course, and if anybody needs to go to the bathroom or anything, it's like just go run and do it. You know how we roll here.
So, table talk. We do get to shift our suits in between missions, right? For the
Yes,
add-ons.
you're right. I should have mentioned that. If you want to reallocate your suits points, you're welcome to. Mose, did you have a certain set that you wanted to allocate with your point suits? Did any of that make sense to you?
Yeah, the 12 points.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You have to like buy the bottom tier before you can get the higher tier, right?
Yeah, you got 12 points to distribute in any of those you want. You could put a couple points in every one of them, but to get the tier that's after the first one, you have to buy the first one.
Okay. Yeah. Should I send it to you?
No. As long as you've done it and didn't have any questions, you don't have to tell me. Just remember, try to keep in mind that those will either trigger, depending on whether anybody triggers a weird surge or yourself. It'll say so in the text there. Just something to keep in mind. And I think after this session, like Amanda and some other people have done like a cool macro for stuff like this that just keeps it all contained in one little macro that's kind of easy. The world around each of you begins to shift and change. Let's see here.
Spooky.
As you peer around, none of you see any cheese.
No.
Dang it!
Instead,
me too.
you see what looks like a desolate town. From the way Lexi described it, she seemed to make note that there was a nearby sort of like comet crash that created a crater that was probably on the outskirts of town where most were not harmed by it. But as you appear around here, this place looks disheveled, abandoned almost. A large portion of most of the buildings here destroyed, pieces of them missing. Very little light or anything seems to appear here. This place looks long abandoned. The air here is cold and there is a heavy overcast with only portions of the blue moon above kind of piercing through and shedding what little light on this area that you're able to see around you. You are standing in the streets of this destroyed town. As you each take a second to peer around, you hear a shrill scream that pierces the silence.
Boy, what the fuck was that?
Definitely not cheese.
Do you think
Can
something's true?
Can I do like an insight check on the screen?
Sure.
Does it sound like somebody getting moited? 15.
It definitely sounds like someone is screaming in a sort of panicked state.
Survival to track it.
Yeah, dude.
Sure.
Oh. It came from everywhere.
Vice, you're having a little hard time pinpointing it. There's almost a like echoey nature to the scream. Maybe it's the city streets here where it kind of echoes through the blocks. You're not able to pinpoint it. Musa, with your survival check, you kind of like peer around studying the city streets here, and you're able to get a better sense of direction where you think it may be coming from as you kind of see a block away from you. There's sort of like an intersection, and you think it's coming from one of the ways through here past one of these abandoned buildings.
Over that way.
Yeah,
You think we should check it out?
Yeah, let's head in that way for sure.
Shall we?
Are we following Musa?
Just remember to like have unexpected expecteds or whatever she was saying.
Oh, yes, maybe we should plan our own unexpected unexpecteds. In a confused way, he means like if anybody's gonna stealth, they should not go with Hunky Dory because he's a loud man and gonna make a distraction, intentionally or not.
Right. Should split up. It always works.
Yeah.
Well, Domo's fine running straight towards the action as long as somebody else is standing in front of her.
Action force with me.
Yeah, 6 probably is not going to stealth. She's just
I'll run behind 6.
going right in.
Ali could try, but she's way too tall to do stealth stuff.
Vice can just go ahead of everybody else and scout. Because he's stupid.
Nice.
Vice.
So as Hunky Dory tries to split everybody up, everybody starts running the same direction. It's like, oh, well.
Pretty
that
much.
sounds about right.
So Vice and I think Musa sort of heading up, running towards this sound. You each catch up a couple yards away, following down this street road, and as you turn down, you see now the ghostly apparition of what looks like a middle-aged man that is quickly floating through the air towards you. You can see behind him as he just floats through the air what looks like a small white amorphous blob. Its body is translucent and seems to be about 4 by 4 feet. It seems to be aggressively floating towards him from behind. He continues on before this apparition of this male figure sees each of you, and as he does, he screams and quickly begins to turn the corner towards one of the ruined buildings and floats that way. As he gets near it, instead of hitting the wall, you watch as his form just passes through the wall. The strange, translucent, almost similar looking ghostly blob continues to float on, stopping for just a second, almost as if to consider each of you. You don't see any indication of eyes or anything on it as it quickly shifts, following him, entering in through the same wall and disappearing.
Was that a ghost being chased by a blobbier ghost? Everyone saw that, right?
Yeah, he went through the wall.
Are there any obvious entrances to this building?
You do see a ruined door. Like this building doesn't have like a roof. The roof is completely caved in. It's just largely rubble and debris, and you can actually see what looks like a just huge piece of like a boulder or rock that maybe have smashed into it. So there is a door. It's broken down, and you can actually peer inside of the building. It's mostly just darkness and rubble within there. You occasionally see the flecks of what looks like the apparitions kind of shifting through.
Let's gather our senses quick. I want to make an Arcana check that sucks. But I also look at my smaller axe. Is it glowing? It's got the warning of the heximals within 300 feet.
What's the? Can you
Oh, no.
read the text for me?
Cannot.
You just don't want to. Just don't
No,
feel like it.
I don't have it up still because it was easy peas. Give a second. It was something like the object glows within 300 when. Yeah, hold on. Okay. I know all the parts, but not the order.
We're doing great.
Item
Yes.
glows when within 300 feet of a creature of a specified type chosen by the DM.
Okay, so the heximal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say that it does indeed glow.
Oh. Has it always been glowing since I've been carrying it?
Only when you've entered. Well, that's an interesting one, isn't it? You guys do technically have hexies on your body.
Yeah.
That's gonna be tough. How would I roll that? That's gonna be tough because I mean technically you do have the same creature on your person.
Yeah, we can kick it down the road. We don't need it for right now.
Let's kick it down the road,
Yeah.
but just keep in mind your own hexies on your suits can sense the presence of others. So you can use that as a sort of like wayfinder way to see if they sense the right thing.
True enough.
Sorry, so where were we at from that?
I guess just double checking that my 8 indeed did not tell me fuck all about the floating things.
8 intelligence check with Arcana. Hard to tell. Looks like ghosts.
Ooh, Arcana. I knew that.
You making a check?
What's
Sort of a
Yeah,
ghost.
yeah. Roll those die.
No.
Musa, both of those apparition forms did certainly look like ghosts or spirits of some type.
Yeah, they're ghosts. They're ghosts, all right. And seem what they were. Yeah.
All right, so we're dealing with ghosts. Has anyone ever dealt with things supernatural before, like specters and the like? I'll take that as a no. Very strong no from the rest of the group.
Never been out of the lab.
Just on the set of Gas Crushers, you know, like.
Well, it's like I always say, if it's living, we can kill it. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with that logic. Let's go.
You now each see down towards the opposite side of the road, turning the corner, are what look like 3 female spirits that kind of just levitate in the air and are slowly floating your way.
They're everywhere.
They
Floating our way like they see us, like they're coming specifically for
They
us.
lock eyes with each of you, and one actually turns to a tall, translucent woman with long white hair in the center and seems to kind of cup her hand and say something to the other one, whispering.
They
So-
look like menacing at all.
Give me an insight check.
9.
Hard to tell from this distance as they begin to close in.
So what are we doing? Violence first? Ask questions later?
I mean, it seemed like that fella ghost was in distress. He was being chased by the slimy ghost. Maybe this town... Oh, what do they call them towns? Ghost towns? It must mean it's like filled with ghosts, right? So, you know, Same MO as anything. Just get on their good side and they'll help us out, right?
Yeah, I guess maybe they live here in this reality.
It's the only logical conclusion I can come to.
Makes as much sense as a floating giant.
Listen, he seemed in distress. We're heroes. We should do hero shit.
Hero shit it is.
The three females sort of catch up to you, kind of floating now, probably 15, 20 feet away. The tall center one, now at this distance you can see she's actually missing an eye. There's just a blank, sort of translucent socket. She studies you all and says, Who are you?
We're the Unlucky Seven.
Love that name already.
We're here to investigate some strange goings-ons.
One of the other girls next to her says, You're living.
Yeah, as far as last we checked.
The three women float over towards you and sort of begin to encircle you, kind of just studying you as they slowly kind of float around each of you. The tall one stops as they do a full circle and says, It's been some time since we've seen the living, but if what you say is true, you've come to investigate some matters. What matters?
Has anything landed from the sky recently? Made a big boom, maybe?
Something not native to this planet.
The three women look to one another and then back, and the tall one says, The Black Rock. Yes. Fell from the sky decades ago.
Decades, okay. Guess that's possible.
What's my fucking name now? Hunky gestures around and is like, is that what all this is about? All the destroyed houses and stuff.
They look up and around. That's correct.
And then he also makes a motion that, like, he waves his hand in front of them and then himself and like, and your fates, I assume, are intertwined. You also died from that?
She pauses for a second and says, Before we answer that, what exactly are you here to investigate?
We are here to set the song right in the universe, to remove the discordant chords that poison the air around us. The song, we make it here. The song, we come to make it sweet.
They think for a second. One of the shorter ones whispers in the tall one's ear, and she says, Either way, you are no harm to us, but perhaps you can help. Let us have this conversation back at our abode. Please, if you would follow us. And she begins to float slowly, turning.
Yeah, all right, we'll come with you, but just earlier we saw another ghostly fella being chased by a slightly blobbier ghost. What's all that then?
That is the issue we are currently dealing with, and one that you may be able to help us with.
All right. That's frustratingly vague. Let's go back to their abode then.
That one specifically, though, as he points towards the house that we watched the guy disappear into.
No, they seem to be moving away from that one.
Okay. He turns around and calls out, "Sorry about your luck, old friend. There's no time left, you'll have to die again."
Ooh, nice rhyme.
It works sometimes.
Do each of you follow these three ghostly women?
Yeah, sure.
Hunky keeps on making, like, really bad dying jokes and puns.
Terrible.
Yeah.
You each begin to follow these apparitions. They lead you through a couple of the city streets. You can now see it seems to line up with what they say. You can see now most of these ruined buildings are a result of a large amount of rocky debris that was likely churned up from what could have been a comet blast or asteroid landing nearby, destroying large sections. You see huge areas of the road just turned up, portions of the town itself uneven, where it likely split the ground itself, as you are led towards the edge of the town to a large manor-like building. The three women shift towards the door, and the tall one beckons you in with a hand as they each simply just disappear through the door.
All right, everyone, head on a swivel. We could be about to be ghost ambushed.
Oh.
Someone else go first. I'll make sure you're fine.
Vice, you're big. You go first.
Yeah, right on.
He's big and dumb, all right.
Yeah, and dumb.
I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? Anyway, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Just gonna go.
Vice, you slap two hands against the door, kind of clearing some of the cobweb off the knobs and push. They take a good push, but finally give with a crack. You can hear the sound of whining wood as you push the doors open, and they creak.
Might be the best way I've opened a door yet.
Inside, you can see a relatively intact manor, although there are certain windows of broken glass, pockets of dirt that sort of litter from where it was crashed inside, unkempt interior decorations, candlelit areas that don't seem to have been lit for a long time as they're covered in web. The three women lead you through and beckon you through a open archway leading into what looks like a open living quarters where there is a old musty table. She says, All right. That should be out of the relative view of the other citizens here. It has been some time since any of us have seen the living, and with the recent creature, we think it best to make sure that the others don't find you. We're not sure how they would react.
I was hoping you didn't say something factional like that. What do you mean, others?
The other members of the town.
Who have lost it, but you haven't because of why?
Our town here of Erie-Ide is special. A certain magic wells underneath the ground in this area. Things that die do not stay dead, or at the very least, continue on in this form.
Eternal life ain't a bad deal.
Unlife, one of them says. I'm sorry.
Nothing.
I didn't introduce myself. I am Vedna, the tall one says. And who are you again?
We're the
We're,
Unlucky Seven.
Yeah, right, what she said. We're here to research something, right, and investigate monster sightings. Right, not you lot, of course. You're not monsters. You're normal citizens. Normal citizens.
Yeah?
Where do
Basically normal
you
people.
Where do you come from?
That's a complicated question.
We're gonna have to come up with an easier answer for this, because we're gonna get asked every single time.
Yeah, we are. We come from. Jesus. Yep. Nope.
All right, so we come from beyond the stars, right? Right? From another time and place. And basically, we're superheroes here to right all your wrongs and fix everything. And then we leave.
We're not trying.
Vedna raises an eyebrow. So then perhaps you can help us with our issue.
Right. You were going to tell us more about that issue of yours.
There is an apparition unlike the others that hunts us here in the town. It cannot harm us, nor take our lives, so it is a persistent annoyance to our citizens of Erie-Ide. It drives us mad. It continually hunts and hunts, even though there is no way for it to gain any nourishment from its travel. It is a creature, small and formless, but it is a large annoyance to us here. Would you be able to help us with this matter?
Probably. It's a small blobby thing, right?
Yes.
It looked like a spectral, like, blob. Did it look like the little hex monsters in our suit?
It didn't have any standout features, but it certainly did look like the same amorphous blob as the general form of your hexies and the heximal variant you fought on Lumpton.
Oh, that's gotta be our target then.
Likely.
Like a quick one.
Yeah, so just to clarify, you said it can't eat you and it can't do anything to you, but you're running away from it?
It cannot harm us, but its pervasive pursuit of us has become an annoyance.
Oh.
Perhaps not a physical harm in the way that each of you mortals are used to, but it is indeed maddening.
Yeah, I can see that getting pretty annoying.
It is no longer living. Is this something that would be a challenge to you?
I look around.
I don't think so, but truth be told, I've never fought a ghost before.
Your hexie on your suit, Domo, begins to shift out of your collar and whispers in your ear.
We cannot assimilate something that is dead.
Oh no. Alright. Change of plans. If that thing is what we're looking for, we gotta figure out a way to bring it back to life first. Great. That's fine.
Is it? What do we know about it?
Me and my group have been working on gathering information on the manifestation. We believe that its point of origin was from the Erie-Ide crater. There were legends passed down here in the town of an age-old crypt buried deep below the town, the same one that gives this area its supernatural properties.
I suppose you don't mind us poking around for some answers.
No. In fact, that is what we once did ourselves.
Is that before or after you shed this mortal coil?
Sometime before.
Oh, fuck.
The Black Rock. Oh, go ahead.
No, you got it.
Vedna says, "The Black Rock crashed down decades ago. It destroyed huge portions of our city with its debris. It covered the sky with a thick cloud of dust. Crops died, leaving those of us who survived the blast to slowly fall into a downward spiral of starvation. Everyone in Erie-Ide is dead or undead as a result of the magic of the town." One of the other apparitions speaks up. "Our trio survived the initial Black Rock blast and had attempted to, as the town engineers, to explore the Creator." Vedna says, "We, in our time living, were known as the Phantom Prowlers. Due to the supernatural nature of the town, we served as engineers who created equipment to protect the citizens from evil spirits long before the crash occurred, using equipment we created. After
Ironic, isn't it?
They look down. Very. During our last few weeks, out of desperation from losing the last of our crops, we decided that, at the very least, we could attempt to explore the mysteries of the Crater, to hopefully find something there. Unfortunately, that is where we met our demise. There was a shifting of the rock, quaking of the ground. Our rope that we descended on broke. We fell to our demise. Our equipment lost down there. And, as far as we think, it may have disturbed something down there in that crater that let loose this spirit.
That does bring up an interesting question. Has the spirit always existed here? We don't really actually know where these heximals come from.
We have a strong suspicion they may have originated from somewhere within the crater, though we don't exactly know how and why.
From the rock in the crater, or from the bottom of the crater inside the world?
We are not sure.
Oh, a mystery.
Well, we got our next destination. That's something. Maybe a little scouting's in order.
We know where we've come from. We know where to go. We know... Oh, fuck, I lost the ad.
Where we're coming from, Cotton Eye Joe.
It was something Erie-Eye. Oh, we know to explore the Erie-Eye hole. There it is.
Oh, that would have been pretty good.
It would have been good if I had nailed it on the fucking wind-up. Oh, well.
Vedna turns and says, "We have nothing to offer you, being unliving. However, seeing as though it seems this was your purpose to begin with, I would be willing to strike up a deal with each of you."
An undead deal. No thanks for me.
What kind of deal?
We will map out a route to where the crater is, where we fell. There, should you be able to descend, you will find our equipment. This creature, does it have any relation to you all?
I poke my suit and make the little head thing come out of it. And I say,
It's like this thing, but like bigger and meaner.
I see. Then it seems as though you would likely need it in some mortal form to be able to apprehend it, correct?
Right. That's what I was saying earlier. We gotta figure out a way to make it all corporeal and whatnot.
Gotta bring it to life so we can kill it.
The equipment that we had developed specialized in capturing the undead.
This Ghostbusters. We're doing a Ghostbusters side story. I love it.
It is likely that should you be able to obtain our equipment down in the crater's depths, you would be able to track the creature. If you can do so and bring it back to us, we have the means to temporarily, at least for a short time, return it to its mortal form.
No? Well, that's very useful.
Would you be able to get rid of this thing should we do this?
Of course, that's our goal. Listen, just between you and us, we can't leave until this is done anyway. We're doing it one way or the other.
Mortals then, though trapped just as we are.
Like a moth in a bath.
What?
Fiern, if you would please gather the scroll. It contains a map that will lead you to the crater. We cannot assist you. We are not allowed to leave the limits of the city.
Oh, how droll. What happens?
It's like a wall that we cannot pass through. A force that stops us.
Very interesting.
It's weird, whatever it is. But listen, all right, I think we all have an agreement here.
Yeah, we'll help you and help ourselves at the same time.
Turning the corner is this Fiern who now holds the scroll that kind of just floats in her hands as she kind of holds it. It's like she's grabbing it with both of her hands from the bottom, but the scroll actually kind of floats like an inch above her palms, and she slowly relinquishes it to one of you. As you unfurl it, you see a old and worn, kind of scrawled cartography map of the area of Erie-Ide, as well as the crater, and a path that you can follow to lead you there.
Perfect.
Well, you know where we've come from. We know where to go. Time to go explore that Erie-Ide hole. Nailed it.
Nailed it. 10 out of 10.
Go straight on the radio. Or the whatever. Hollow cubes.
All right, I guess we're done. We're done here, right? Does anyone have anything else they want to ask the ghost ladies?
Does this house look like it has any valuables in it at all?
Oh my god!
Give me a perception check.
Do hood rabbit stuff with my friends.
18.
You do see an area nearby. There's like a desk and stool, and you do see there's like a powder area, and you do notice on a sort of wooden stand there is a very nice, covered in dust, but you can still see the glint through the moonlight that peers through one of the windows, that it looks like some type of silver necklace.
Yeah, Six is gonna try to pocket that when we walk out.
What are they gonna do? Haunt us? Fuck them.
Yeah.
They can't get 16 feet away from the hole. Say.
No.
Give me some type of check to do that as each of you turn and begin to head out.
Oh, that is an 8.
It's unfortunate.
Sleight of hand.
Ooh, yeah, hate to see it.
You hate to see it.
You grab the necklace, Six, but it kind of gets caught on the wooden stand that it's being hung from, and as you kind of go to pull at it, the stand clacks on the ground of the wood below, and you watch as the three spirits turn towards you and stare.
Sorry, I'm so clumsy. Yeah, let me just pick this up. Gonna pick it up and try to pocket again.
Oh,
One of them.
my God!
You see Fionn shift up towards Vedna's ear and cup her hand as she whispers, and Vedna just slowly nods and says, "Good luck on your adventures."
Oh boy.
Well, thank you for that prescient and yet ominous warning. Come on now, Six. Stop
she
breaking other things.
Does she get the necklace?
Yeah, they don't stop you.
Nice. She stares him right in the eye as she pockets it.
You're the worst.
Domo is shaking her head in disappointment, but she gives you a fist bump after we leave the house.
All three of the apparitions only stare at you, Six, as you each begin to leave.
Ha! You're so haunted.
Want to be cursed? 'Cause that's how you get cursed.
That's how you get a curse.
She sticks her tongue out at him when she walks out. She don't care.
Doubles down.
I mean, look at it this way, guys. What were they doing with it? They couldn't even wear it. The way I see it, Six is doing them a favor.
It's like the Greek fates just looking at you. Have a good adventure.
As each of you step outside the premises, some of you jump a little bit as the doors behind you swing closed.
Well, they real spooky up in here.
They seem nice.
Odd.
At least we have
They did
unflappable
seem quite
allies.
nice.
Say it again.
What did you say, Maz?
Oh, I just said they did seem quite nice.
No.
Could someone tell me what direction they were sending us towards?
We have reference the map here.
Yeah.
Who grabbed it?
One of us.
Yeah, nobody. I don't think anybody in particular mentioned it, but we'll say.
Just
give the Domo.
Yeah, Domo if you want. You will just say you have it. You
Yeah,
kind of unfurl it.
Domo.
Everybody, single file, marching order. Let's go.
And Domo will kind of, again, leading from the back, point out the direction that we're supposed to be heading.
Backseat driver. There's a song in that, I'm sure.
Hey, will you guys assume marching order, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
Assume the position.
You guys begin to follow a map. There's no like just straight, line that leads you to the crater Domo, but you can kind of see a worn path through the sort of scribbled cartography drawings that lead you through sort of like what looks like maybe old, diminished, forested area, and right past that is the outer perimeter of the actual crater area, up some elevation above that.
Nice. I continue the group along that way then.
As you continue along, you begin to make your way outside of the Erie-Ide town. You hear the sound of what sounds like a ball bouncing up and down. And you see a young boy passing down the city streets. This one similarly an apparition that just kind of slowly palms the ball as it bounces slowly up and down. He kind of bounces it, focusing on it, and gets close, probably 15 feet away from you before looking up and seeing you all. His eyes widen and he goes, "Ah, ah!" and he grabs the ball and begins to float away.
I didn't catch that.
Where does he go like?
He yells.
Okay.
He begins to shift towards the nearby broken down wall, and his form shifts through the wall, but you watch as the physical ball just kind of smacks against the wall. You can hear the sound of it bouncing as it comes to a stop.
Oh. Maybe they could have used that necklace after all.
Because he was playing with a physical ball, right?
Looks like it.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's
It was
old.
just sitting there gathering dust. I mean, I would have taken it even if it wasn't gathering dust.
I'm gonna keep an eye on you.
What did we take now?
Don't worry about it. It's nothing.
Nothing haunted, I hope. He looks around and like.
And then nothing happens. Nobody says anything. Yeah. Okay. So a little boy ghost screamed and ran away from us. Do we want to try to like talk to him and see if he knows anything, or are we just gonna move on?
Well,
I think we should move on.
yeah. Sugar, spice, and
Did you say
everything.
that,
We're all bad news in town.
Right.
It's like
All
actions, they're like they talk for you or whatever. So like if we just do good, then they won't be scared of us.
Besides, children are filthy little things. Let's just keep going.
Can you imagine how dirty that one is? It's been a child forever.
Covered in ectoplasm and Lord knows what else.
Jelly fingers, I bet. Little kids and their goddamn belly peanut butter and jelly fingers.
They do. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Is this Vice up front?
Yes, please.
Okay, gotcha. Just making sure. So you guys continue having the map open, Domo, this cartographer's map. You continue to follow, entering into the outskirts of the town, and now following a old diluted trail that begins to kind of cut through some of the dead plant life around here. There's a couple of trees, there's small pockets of vegetation, and for the first time Musa kind of kick at the ground and you can kind of see it shift around underneath you. You now actually see dirt.
Oh wow, actual dirt.
It's not that impressive.
It might be undead dirt. I wouldn't be too impressed yet.
Don't eat it.
Undead.
You guys continue on. For the first time, well, no, Musa, you've seen trees and some vegetation before on Lumpton.
That's true.
Was it really the vegetation?
Right.
I'm not gonna think about the answer to that.
Technically. I may
Fungus. It's all fungus.
Yeah, athlete's foot is technically a mushroom, so yeah.
Fungus.
No.
You literally asked.
All right, we keep going through the spooky countryside.
Continue through the countryside trail here. You can see pockets of area where there was likely damage to the ground formations here. Areas that are just turned up, trees turned over, pieces of debris. There is a deep overcast above you. Not enough to make things low light, but it's a kind of twilight. As you peer around, you can also see the soft shifting of what look like a couple different bugs that create this kind of greenish glow. They're likely some fireflies or something that occasionally shift around. As you are each continuing on, pressing on, each of you begin to hear something. The sound of what sounds like electricity firing off. As you each look up into the sky, you begin to see a similar visual, the same type of visual each of you would see when you would begin or end your excursion to transport in or out of a collateral reality. You see up in the sky, through the clouds, fractal patterns beginning to form, shift and change. Something past these fractal images, these reflections of the nearby sky, something dark and different. Pushing through the fractal pieces like shards of glass is a massive chunk of what looks like some type of ship. It's uncertain whether it's Spelljammer or not. A huge chunk begins to pierce through, commenting towards the ground up ahead of you, some yards. It's smoking, and it smashes into the ground with a huge crunch as splinters of wood and smoke burst all around up ahead of you. The fractal pattern in the sky begins to shift and disappear. As the smoke begins to clear, standing in front of the wreckage is a figure ahead of you. The figure is donned in a very similar outfit to all of your Excel suits, but also brandishes a mask that covers their face, featureless and oval in shape, besides a very similar image to each of your weird symbols on your suits. The figure...
Can we
go ahead.
ask our suits if he's wearing another one of the suits?
As you do, Domo, your Hexi pushes out and says,
Yes, we sense another.
Huh.
The figure studies you through dark eye holes and then grabs down as they lurch over, grabbing at their waist. They pull in and then throw their gloved arms out as an arc of purple electricity shoots around them, and their suit billows out as if an invisible air is depressurizing around them. They look down and assume an aggressive stance. I need you to all please roll initiative.
Oh.
Way to make friends, friend.
Look at this fucking wannabe.
Oh, and my hat gives me +2 on initiative checks.
There you go.
Nice.
Ooh, I love that smoke action.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Who the hell does this guy think he is? One of us. There's only 7 of us. It's not the unlucky 8.
Can't have anyone else running around in our colors.
Man, he does look really cool, though.
Hey,
he does, though.
We've only worn this for one day, and it's our colors now.
It's 2 days.
It's 2 days, I guess.
Gobo says, taking an arrow out of her clip. Oh, wow.
That's impressive.
You love to see it.
I have never seen this occur.
It's been possible, but I've never seen it.
A couple times.
0 initiative. What a world we live in.
I feel like that.
The absolute state of the economy. The economy's in shambles. 0 initiatives going around.
Most initiative rolls don't trigger the weird. Kind of whatever active rolls, like if you're making a skill check or trying to do something active. Saves don't trigger the weird.
Gotcha.
You guys let me know once you punched your numbers in.
Charlie.
Oh yeah, that's a thing we need to do.
If you don't mind.
We all forgot how to play.
How you play Dungeons and Dragons.
It's been a long week.
Mine's right, just
Yeah,
as
it's been
it
a
is.
long week.
It really has. I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving next week, man.
Oh yeah.
Here, there.
I'm taking the whole week off after Thanksgiving.
Holy
Ooh, nice. That's awesome.
Just sleep forever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
All right. I think I have everything in order here.
Poor Musa. She didn't even have to type anything in.
Came that way.
Looks to be useful.
6, you are up first.
Who's this fool? She's gonna take her warhammer off her back.
Mm-hmm.
And she is going to... Is there any elevation concerns I need to take into account here?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
This like ascends in a sort of like diagonal way up, you know, is like an incline, this ledge here, but it's not like difficult terrain or anything.
Well, she is going to use 30 feet of her movement to go there, and she is going to take out a hand axe and throw it.
Okay.
Well, first of all, she's gonna rage.
What an opening salvo! Just.
I don't know what else y'all would expect from her. Okay. I rage, and a bolt of light shoots from my chest. Another creature of my choice I could see within 30 feet must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take radiant damage, be blinded. Oh, damn, I can use it on each of my turns as a bonus action. That's cool.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Well, the masked figure is gonna have to make a Constitution saving throw.
What's the DC?
Hold on. 8 plus my proficiency plus... Okay. I can
11
do this.
plus-
11.
They
It's
rolled
gonna
a
be
17. Okay.
Yes,
so
they make
beat
it.
that.
They're all good. All right. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
I gotta get the flow of this. Okay, hand axe time. Boom. Throw. 21.
That's gonna hit.
Does it hit? That is 7.
It's 2.
Plus 2, as I'm raging.
You throw your hand axe and it catches into their suit. And they quickly grab and toss it aside. The figure just stares at you for a second and cocks its head to the side. Anything else, 6?
Nope.
Tally, you
She's
are up
just gonna-
next.
Let's see. Nope.
Is there no music because he's immediately going to take a turn and clean our clocks?
Leave everybody down, dude.
There's
No
music.
epicness.
Is there music?
Well, there will be music. I'm just
Oh,
waiting.
okay. Oh, God.
Gotcha.
Being dramatic on purpose.
Gotta crack his mask because Toby's a good boy.
That is what I'm thinking of, Toby.
Let's see. How do I cast this? Let me measure real quick before I try. Oh, awesome. Tally takes out no, actually Tally like puts her hands together, spins it around, and pulls out her ice knife that she brings out from her hands.
Cold-blooded.
I love this spell. It's a good spell.
How do I... Is it cast on VTT? Is that what you do?
Yeah, I think that's one.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, did you right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you get advantage on that? Otherwise, I think if you're just throwing it, I think we just take the first roll. Because it looks like it was rolled
that
twice.
that was an accidental click.
Okay, that's fine. So a 14, you toss the ice knife, kind of just like quickly throwing it towards this unknown assailant. And you watch as they kind of shift quickly to the side. It's weird, like it's almost like the suit moves before they move, and the suit almost like pulls them out of the way as their cloak sort of billows behind them, and the dagger goes just a little wide of them as it misses.
There is a secondary effect to that, though. Hit or miss, he has to make a dex save.
Oh.
DC 14.
Okay, cool. Does it explode or something?
It explodes, yeah.
Sweet. As this happens, there is an explosion behind the figure. What's the DC save? It's 14 is what they got.
Looks like that matches.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
that means they
it does
save.
match. Okay. Is that half damage or anything on a save by any chance?
Unfortunately, not.
Okay. You watch Tali as it does miss and go wide, but you kind of grip your fist and the ice knife shatters. You see flecks and fragments of it sort of erupt from it like a grenade or something like that is burst out. But the figure quickly sort of shifts out of the way, hiding behind some of the nearby foliage as it catches nearby, missing them.
Let's see.
You still have your move action. You got minor action stuff.
Yeah.
Bonus action.
Oh yeah, bonus action. I'm thinking 4E. Whoa.
Whoa.
Flashback.
Minor actions. Yeah.
Oh,
Shifting
I
up.
attacked twice. So I could have technically thrown my other hand axe too, couldn't I?
Yes, keep that in mind.
I
Shifting
forgot
up
that
some,
last
Tali.
session.
Anything else you want to do?
Can't hear you.
Yeah, I think you're.
I think you might be muted.
I think I'm good for now.
Okay. You stand your ground there, seeing the ice knife go a little wide. With that, it is the figure's turn. They open their palms and slap the ground below them. You watch as the suit around them tightens around their form. There is purple electricity that bursts out from underneath them. The real fight begins.
Yeah, I was about to say, after our ineffectual throwing of projectiles.
Tried.
The ground around each of you begins to erupt. You see portions of the earth now being carved into these opening holes that don't actually go into the ground as you peer inside, but just go to a inky blackness.
Ugh.
It is difficult terrain everywhere here on this map now.
Ooh.
The figure shifts down here. Actually, they disappear and reappear here next to you, Six. It studies you for just a second before attempting to swing one of its fists your way. That's probably gonna hit. 23 versus AC.
Oh yeah.
You watch as they throw out a palm your way, and the palm doesn't hit you with a punch. There's this weird purple force that innervates out of it, connecting with your body, hitting you for 7 force damage.
Okay.
The figure attempts to do the same thing one more time for 18 versus AC.
Yeah.
This time connecting again, hitting you in the stomach hard for 12 points of force damage.
Okay.
Let's see. And then... hang on, the music, I think, just cut out on me.
Yeah, it's back now for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll refresh here. The figure throws her hands in the air, and there is a burst of purple electricity Let me do a D4 roll.
Unlimited power.
NPC is so cool.
Very push.
I need you to please, if you would, Six, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Dang, dude.
I am probably. Hold on, let me read my advantage card one more time. Sorry, guys.
Don't worry, he's moved too close to me. He fucked up. He's gonna die.
Okay, I'm going to use my advantage.
Sure.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't need to, but let's just say.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be an 18.
18 makes it. You feel this weird sensation in your mind. Something trying to coax you in some minor way, but you're able to brush it off. The figure then lowers their form. And you watch. As you watch it lower, it dissipates. There's like a spectral purple after image. Hang on just a second.
This cheeky fucking wanker.
The figure appears here now.
Boy, that's cheating.
They
You
are
a coward or something? Come back.
they are done. Hunky Dory, you are up.
It's quite annoyed by you moving away. He's going to pull out his bass guitar, and his image splits from him. His Baz is summoned with a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
And as he steps out, 2 arcs of pyrotechnics reach out and try and hit the guy. So Eldritch Blast! Bam! 22 to hit.
That one hits.
Does 5 force damage.
Nice.
And that is section, and he appears. I think that's 15 away. Yeah. And they scoot forward. You said everything is difficult terrain?
This entire map is difficult terrain as the ground shakes beneath you.
No.
So Hunky goes back to back with Vice, and the. I thought I had both of them selected. He goes back to back with Vice, and then spins around him as the same time as Baz does the opposite around 6.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. Let's see here. Vice.
It's like I said. Looks like we're doing a Shinobi episode. That's 10. That's 20. Right, I did that right.
Yeah. 20.
40.
I want to get to the end of the campaign, and Vice is like, "Wait, that was all real?"
No.
I'm waiting for that too, if he lives.
Oh man.
Gonna use a key point here to activate patient defense.
Okay, makes sense.
Is not really gonna throw a dart here and do anything with it.
Probably a good idea.
Got a dart. You could go for a dart.
Anything else? Vice?
That is a bonus action, so yeah, I could actually throw a dart here.
Do it.
You're gonna throw a dart.
Throw a dart.
Darts.
Check a dart.
Throwing a dart, and we're going right for the eyes.
Go for a dart.
The eyes. Break that map.
Don't have the darts equipped on my inventory. That is wonderful. There they go.
It'll be literally the same as you're unarmed because you're a monk and everything uses dex.
Look at that.
5.
20. Checking range here. Oh, 25.
Bummer.
The disadvantage.
Yeah, if it's at It's at range, yeah. Hey, not bad though.
15 versus AC.
Unfortunately, that misses at 15.
Oh.
How about another dart?
Go for a dart.
Have you met my friend Dart? Hey!
How about an 18 versus AC?
Hey, an 18 just hits.
Oh god. This is a strong boy.
8 piercing off the mask.
Dude, that's really good for a dart.
Yeah, for real.
Holy shit.
That is a max roll dart.
Go for a dart.
Have you met my friend Dart?
You see that it nearly almost connects with one of the eye holes as it grabs the dart and pulls it out, throwing it aside. There is sort of a little small crack in the mask.
Bro doesn't want a dart.
I have used up what I can. Pass my turn.
All right, Domo, you're up.
Well, Domo isn't liking all this shadowy stuff that's going around, so she's gonna use a cunning action, and she is gonna dash. Also, she has 4 of these things, not 3.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I get more movements. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll do that. And I guess I'm just gonna take a regular old shot at this fella. Let me see what kind of tricks I have up my sleeve, if any. Don't think I have anything super cool. I could try to trip him, but he teleports, so that doesn't seem super great. Would anyone like to move closer to him?
Yep.
Yes.
What's your speed vice and what's your speed 6?
45 base.
Jesus.
I have 40 speed.
Well, Vice, you're the lucky winner. I'm gonna use a maneuvering strike, and I'm gonna order Vice to follow my arrow. We'll see if it hits first of all, though. 14 is a miss, unfortunately.
Yes, unfortunately.
That is unfortunate. But I don't expend the maneuver because I didn't hit. So that is the end of my turn.
Nice. Musa.
All right. I'm going to activate my Tides of Chaos course.
Good.
To gain advantage on this attack roll, and so I'm going to attack with a Ray of Sickness. Oh,
damn!
That.
That's a you get advantage on that roll.
Yes.
Nice.
Wait, what? Oh no! Oh no!
Wonderful.
So also my Wild Surge activates.
Your Wild Surge activates, and also you trigger the Wyrd. Please give me that D25 roll, please.
Everything is going wrong.
Remember, if you have if the Wyrd is triggered thing on your suit.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Everyone, if you have any of that stuff, it all triggers.
Only if the weird effect affects us, though, right?
No.
Some of you have keywords that say when any Wyrd Surge is triggered.
Depends on the suit.
Fuck. I need to check that.
So let me... Hold on, there's a bunch of stuff. Hold on. So let me roll for my Wild Surge. Alright, so 1d6 flumps controlled by the DM appear in unoccupied spaces within 60 feet of you and are frightened of you. They vanish after 1 minute.
Oh yeah, hey guys. Oh, what the fuck is that little girl, eh?
Oh no!
Flumps.
Oh, that's she's fucking scary. Let's get out of here.
Two flumps.
Okay.
You didn't have the flump token ready, Jason? Come on.
2 flumps appear what, near you?
Within 60 feet in some unoccupied space.
Okay, so one of them is going to appear here. Another one
What
is gonna
are these little
appear
creatures?
over here.
They're good little aberrants that eat negative thoughts and stress.
They're so cute.
These floating, almost disc-like forms that look like pancake creatures with snail stalk eyes and a number of other kind of tendrils underneath them just appear out of nowhere, staring at Musa with a horrified look on their face. At the same time,
that
Musa.
was inaudible, sadly.
I mean, it was just a garble. It's just a garble.
Okay.
Musa, at the same time, you look up and see a massive, just canvas of banana peels begin to fall on top of you.
What the fuck?
I need you to make a
What is happening?
dexterity saving throw against your spellcaster DC or fall prone.
Oh, that's not good.
I don't think a single one of us had a successful turn this round. This was just bad from start to finish.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. 18. That's successful.
Okay. A creature that enters the area or ends its turn there has also got to succeed on dexterity saving throw or fall prone. It is slippery around here, Musa, but still difficult terrain. Also, please give me a D3 roll. Your weird pressure increases.
I like how one crit is like this cascading effect for Musa. It just does all these things.
Right.
Holy shit.
Chaos, baby.
Oh yeah. Your weird pressure increases by 1, Musa. Keep that in mind.
So now my suit activates.
Mm-hmm.
I immediately
Oh my
will
God.
cast a random at will spell. So somebody roll me a 1, 2, 3, 4, D5.
Boom. D5. 5.
So I cast prestidigitation just because my suit just does.
You wipe off some of
smells
the
like
yeah.
bananas.
You wipe off some of the banana juice that got on you from the peels
all the
falling.
bananas off me.
Oh, that was the worst thing we could have rolled.
I gained my first level spell slot back that I used to cast that.
Jesus, how many effects do we have off of a single crit?
So concentration checks, I now have advantage until the end of my next turn.
He put all of his points into the magic tree.
Yep. And also, we still have to resolve my actual attack.
Yeah, 15 poison damage.
Yeah, 15 damage, but you also have to make a Constitution saving throw to not be poisoned.
All right.
15. DC.
Yeah, makes it at a 21.
Damn.
Okay, but you still get the damage.
Mm-hmm.
You're just not poisoned.
Gotcha.
And so I get that spell slot back, so it's like I didn't cast anything. It's amazing.
You only summoned bananas and space jellyfish.
I'll just stand still. I don't have to move. I'll end my turn.
All right. It rolls back up to the top. Hang on just a second. 6. The eyes of this figure within their mask glow a bright purple. There is a strange sensation that forms over your body. I need a wisdom saving throw, please.
Ew.
From who?
6.
Me.
Oof.
Yeah, that's 3.
I'm gonna do a reaction.
Sure.
I'm gonna spend 2 sorcery points to bend luck for 6.
I mean,
Oh, actually, I don't know if 4 is gonna help you.
Probably not.
4 is gonna help you. Never mind. Sorry.
So with that, you feel this sensation of pain in your mind 6 as you take 13 psychic damage and must immediately use your reaction to move as far away as possible from this humanoid. You feel mentally repelled by them.
Well, it's difficult terrain, so I can only move 20, right?
Correct. Yes.
Pretty much.
All right. I am just going to start sprinting towards this poor little flump.
It screams as you near it.
I'm screaming too. We're just all screaming. There's bananas.
It is your turn, though.
What is happening?
So I have an action left.
How long do these guys last, Musa?
1 minute.
Okay. So forever in combat.
Yeah. Is that 6 turns? 6 full rounds?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do bolstering magic on myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, here, can I display this? Okay, yeah. So for 10 minutes, I can roll a d3 when making an attack roll or ability check and add the number to the d20.
Nice.
Yeah. And that will be it for me because I can't move. I can't attack. So
you can move if you'd like.
I moved my whole movement though.
Well, that was your
wasn't your
reaction.
turn.
So you can still move. It's now your turn. It did that in between turns. It has some legendary actions.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so I'm just like, I run screaming towards this flump, and then I just run screaming back. This poor thing.
You like came to your senses, like, what am I doing?
See its undulating, noodly appendages as it freaks out.
Oh, poor thing. Yeah, that's fine. That works out. That'll be it for me then.
All right, Tali. The hell is going on here?
Let's see.
Oh wait, sorry. Did I have a bonus action?
If you didn't use one, you have one.
Oh, well then I still have the thing in my chest.
Oh.
Yeah, you'll flash a light.
Yeah.
Do it to it.
So
What's it do?
So he needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Mm-hmm. 21.
Yeah, he passes.
All right. So that's
Never
no
mind.
damage, just a chance to blind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's damage if he
If you
doesn't
fail.
pass, but
Or it fails. Yeah, gotcha. Tali.
Let's see. Is it 20, right?
Every square of movement is an extra 5 feet, so it'd be 10, 20, 30.
Yeah. Just depends on how much speed you have. Your movement speed
Yeah,
is.
most everybody's got 30.
30.
So 3 spaces,
Yeah.
essentially.
Oh, 3 spaces like this?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. Awesome. Okay.
I can do that too.
This is still in front of me. Yeah.
This is
That's insane. Let's see. From here, Tali takes out another ice knife. Ice knife. I'm just gonna do this. Let's see. One, two, yeah, another ice knife. I'm gonna try to do this again, one time.
it's a pretty good attack. It's like the only
Straight
spell
ahead.
druids get that aren't concentration, I feel like.
Yeah. 1, 2.
Hey, there we go.
There we go.
And shoots straight for him.
19 hits.
Yes.
4 piercing damage and 6 cold. You watch as this time it catches in the front of the suit. The figure grabs at it and pulls it out. You see a little bit of blood as the suit around their wound kind of closes. And
Tali goes.
okay, is it DC save only if it misses where it explodes?
No, it hit or miss, it explodes.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's got to roll 2. It fails the dexterity save.
Hey, we did it. We dealt damage to him.
So is there an additional bonus to that?
It's the 6 cold damage. That's the.
Oh,
save
okay. That's on
component of it.
top of it. Okay, so yeah, you watch as the figure grabs at it, and as it pulls it out, it explodes in their hand, and they're kind of thrown back by the blast. Very good, Tali. What else would you like to do?
Finally. Tali, let's see, takes out. This is a question. It says bonus action 2 weapon fighting. I don't know what that means.
It would let you make an offhand swing if you made a melee attack.
Gotcha. That's not what I want to do. Let's see. I would like to. I'm so cold in this house, so I'm shivering. Tali turns into a brown bear.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
As her bonus action.
Ooh.
Let's see. Where's brown bear? I think I just had it open.
Big bear.
And that's it. I think that's pretty much it. Like, just move closer, I think. I think I can still move, so...
Brown bear, I think, is a large creature.
Yeah, 40 feet is the speed.
Yes, I can ride on you again.
Y'all watch as Tali begins to take a wild shape into this large bear. What color is your fur?
Brown.
Brown?
Okay.
Brown bear.
I guess you're right. Brown
Brown
bear.
bear. Brown
Sorry.
bear.
Me, dum-dum.
I said the same thing. Yeah.
Anything else,
Yeah,
Tali?
nice.
Just move north. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Crawl up the incline.
It just roars right in the top.
All right.
Rawr. You can't roar.
With that,
Yeah.
Rawr.
the figure moves 5, 10, 15, 20. And you watch as it begins to sort of like look across the group and stops as it looks your way, Harper. It disappears and reappears right next to you.
Bring it in, bud. I'm gonna use my card.
Pants.
Plus 3 AC on this.
Nice.
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 Bring it in, bud. I've been waiting for you. Come and knock on my door.
Aww.
It pulls up a fist and then turns your way, Domo, and throws a punch your way. A purple emission shoots out as this sort of illusory fist jets out and goes to hit at you. This one's probably going to be a miss. That's 15 versus AC.
Domo just barely dodges out of the way.
Oi, cunt!
Oh.
It throws another fist your way for 17 versus AC.
Yeah, that's gonna do the trick.
It catches you with one of its fist attacks. Let's see. That's going to be 17 force damage as you're kind of smashed in the chest by its fist.
Yeah, that's a hit.
It then lets loose a burst your way, Hunky Dory / Harper / Rouge. I gotta roll a d4 here. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, okay. Well then, should I use my card down advantage instead of the AC? Since he changed his mind on me?
Sure.
Okay. Wisdom?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
Ooh.
Bang. Oh no!
Oh,
Rolled a 3 and a 4.
no.
For a 2 and a 3.
No.
Does a 3 do it?
No, unfortunately.
Oh no.
Your mind reels from a psychic blast, dealing 26 psychic damage to you.
My mind is not my own. 26.
Yes. It is also your turn now.
Bloody hell. That hurt quite a bit.
Plumes of purplish smoke begin to spew out from some of the nearby cracks as the nearby flumps scream.
Hunky Dory just kind of stands up and looks at him like real anime, kind of like he just kind of leans back on the square from the punch to the face. His eyes glow as his bonus action regains 12 HP. The Song of the Universe. Plus 24. The Song of the Universe sustains me, and it is decided that yours is ended. Baz moves in, and they start a nice little down. They start fucking laying into him. Once I find the right button here. There we go. 3, 4. Alright. They're gonna trade off here. I've got all of them ready now. Okay. Hunky Dory starts with a little bit of a shred. Gonna down. He does a 16, misses.
16's gonna miss. It shifts out of the way.
Follows up with a down. 19.
19 will hit.
For garbage, 6 slashing damage.
All right.
I'm also gonna reduce its speed by 10.
Okay.
And I'm gonna action surge for another round of
Hell yeah.
Boom. Baz
Yeah.
fucking wits on a 16.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
Crit,
yeah, that does
crit,
miss.
crit.
What?
It does miss though, right? The 16.
Yeah.
16's gonna miss.
That's some. Oh.
Then Baz also fucking misses. I hit 1 of 4.
Ooh.
I know that feel.
So they just kind of like each like take chops and missing. That's frustrating.
#relatable.
Relatable. And you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna use a resource to get Baz to make one more swing. I used like all my stuff.
Hey!
We did it.
18
for
hits.
11 slashing damage. So altogether, the damage done was 17, and its speed is reduced by 10.
Gotcha. Anything else?
I think it's just until my next turn.
Okay.
Oh, that should be it.
All right. You watch as the figure begins to curl down, holding at its waist again, and then lets loose, throwing its hands up. A blast of purple electricity. You almost go to grab at your ears as you hear each of your hexes screech. I need each of you, as this purple electricity arcs between you. You see fractal shards of the space around you begin to form. Everyone within 30 feet of this creature, which I think is everyone.
Yeah, I'm included in it.
I need you all to please make me a Constitution saving throw.
I'm going to use my advantage on this one.
All right.
Also going to use my advantage. I'll pick 2.
Nice. Good use of your cards.
Save.
I'm gonna use my +1 on this one. Yeah.
I'm gonna use my +1 as well.
I'm gonna use a +1 also. Can I use more than one +1?
Only one at a time.
Okay.
We've been over this, Kevin.
I know.
How do you give you a card? How do I do that?
Just drag the card out onto the battlefield and it'll pop up there and I'll take it.
And you can just delete it.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Vice, buddy.
Yeah, the second on the choose 2 is reroll a d20 and take 1d8 damage. So I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Reroll the 7.
Oh,
no.
No.
Oh,
For these
what is going on tonight, man?
I'm gonna take 8 damage as well on top of it.
Oh my god.
Unless I can use a lucky on top of it.
Hey,
I don't see why not.
I mean, if
unlucky 7.
Could I don't know if I get. Am I close to Vice? No, I'm far away from Vice. Nope.
You still take the 8 damage though, which sucks. You also didn't have those temporary hit points. We had a full rest between.
Yeah.
In it now.
So my suit, whenever I take damage, when the Wyrd is triggered, I get a d8's worth or a d10's worth of temp hit points the next time I take damage. So I rolled a 6 on that.
I guess I had that as well. I'll also roll that real quick. I don't have the notes for the suits anymore. I only wrote down shorthand of what each one did. I didn't pay attention to if I had to roll the Wyrd or not.
There's a card up in the.
I couldn't find it.
Oh, okay.
It's in the
unless I can use a lucky there
section. I mean, if you can, go for it.
I'm gonna burn a lucky then.
If that's something you can use.
Go for.
Hey.
Okay. Jason likes that now.
Finally, it only took 4 rolls.
All right. 6. You saved. You take 5 points of force damage.
Ooh.
Oh wait.
Domo, you failed. You take 10 points of force damage, and also please give me a D3 roll.
I failed on a 16.
Yes.
Dang. Sorry. How much damage did I take?
10 points of force damage, and give me a D3 roll.
I am
Your
bloodied.
Wyrd pressure increases by that amount.
Oof.
How much was that?
3.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Musa, you unfortunately fail. You take 14 points of force damage. Give me a D3 roll. Your Wyrd pressure increases by that much.
Actually, because of my last turn when my suit went off, I make concentration checks with advantage to the end of my next turn.
Concentration are not Constitution saving throws.
Yeah, those are
concentration is to maintain the spell.
Never mind. Yeah. So you said 14 points of damage?
Yep, and then a D3 roll. Let me know what that is. You increase your pressure by that amount. Hunky Dory, you save. You only take 8 points of force damage.
Dang.
All right, scatter! Everyone scatter!
Tali, you save. You only take 6 points of force damage. Vice, you save. You only take 8 points of force damage. Vice, you're up.
Bummer. Think fast. We're gonna try and disable this guy. So first attack is going to be a unarmed melee strike. Looking for a kick in his back. 25 versus AC.
That's gonna hit.
Yeah.
Gonna take 7 bludgeon. I want to spend a key point for a stunning strike.
You can also link that in virtual tabletop if you click on the feature.
That's what I'm gonna try to find it. Stunning strike right here. DC 14. Con save.
Con save?
Please.
Okay. Con save coming up. Roll to 15.
Damn.
Very close.
Okay. Second
Yeah.
attack.
You got more attacks.
Yeah, we're not done yet.
Hell yeah.
13 is gonna
13.
miss.
Bonus action to hit again.
22 is gonna hit.
22. For 7 bludgeoning. And we're trying an additional key point
for another DC 14, please.
Probably a good idea. Another roll coming up. This one is a 12.
Whoa!
Hey!
Stunning strike.
You catch it,
He's stunned.
striking it with a open palm, and you watch the figure hold in place, their body trembling as they're trying to move, but unable to do so.
He is now stunned until the end of my next turn.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Fucking brutal.
thank goodness.
Caught him with a knee right in the kidney.
This is great. Now we can all finally take a full turn.
Anything else, Vice?
Because our previous turns certainly didn't count.
Two attacks, 1 bonus. I am done. Thank you.
Okay, is everyone good if we go a little long to finish this up and get you to the crater?
I want to hit this guy with an arrow real bad, Jason.
All right. Speaking of, your turn, Domo.
All right, I'm gonna move.
There's a
Everything's
screaming
still difficult
flump near
terrain,
you.
right?
Yeah, everything's still difficult terrain.
I try to ignore that. I've already come to terms with the fact that weird shit just happens around Musa, so I'm just chalking it up to that. All right, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Try to fall back to the tree line. And I'm going to try to do... Let's see, 6 can make it there on her turn. I don't know if anybody needs to move now. Would anyone like to be not near this guy? No? We're all good? Okay. I'll just...
Tally, you need in range for bear or no?
Oh, yeah.
You might be on mute.
Tally says
Yeah, I
yes.
think so.
No, I need to be in range, I think. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I can get the bear in range, or at least I can get the bear closer, at least.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna fire with an arrow. Here we go. That's a 28 to hit. That's much.
That's
much
gonna
higher
hit,
than it was.
boss.
Yeah, I thought so.
Hell yeah.
So
Rolls have
also-
advantage. Oh, you have it already. Sorry.
Yeah, I got it. Altogether, that's gonna be 20 damage.
Holy
Shit.
Yeah, so I just stick an arrow in his neck, and I yell at the bear to move up to half its speed towards the enemy and try to corner him in, I guess.
That's
So,
probably a
Tali,
space.
you can move up to half of bear speed,
Yeah.
which is, I guess,
20 feet?
a quarter of bear speed because we're in difficult terrain.
Yeah, so 2 spaces. That's still closer than where you were.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, that
1, 2.
makes all the difference.
Mhm.
And I'm going to use a bonus action for second winds, and that's going to be the end of my turn.
All right, kind of round around 6, Tally. Kind of getting ready to bear down on this figure. Musa, you are up. I need you to please give me a dexterity saving throw. There's a bunch of slippery banana peels beneath you.
Nice.
16.
Is that... I think that's versus your unsaved DC. Does that beat it?
Then yes.
Okay. You almost catch yourself slipping, but or kind of find yourself some flat footing underneath the peels. You're up.
Alright, so first I'm gonna use Quicken Spell Meta Magic.
Hell yeah. Unload on him.
I wanted to try this, so I'm gonna use it to cast Mage Hand. Also, because I used Meta Magic, my whatchamacallit, my Feywild Shard activates my wild magic.
Okay.
No way.
Is it the flump one again?
Flumps again.
Oh, what? Oh, shit.
6 flumps.
Steve, where the fuck did you go? Oh, jeez, there's a creepy girl here. Oh, no.
Steve,
She's
it's Steve Rogers.
She's like covered in bananas.
They all begin to scream incessantly.
Covered in so many bananas.
Poor thing.
She turned into a banana.
What you doing that
Creepiest
mage
thing I've
hand?
ever seen in my life.
So I'm gonna, my mage hand's gonna come up to him and just sort of touch him and try to exactly. and try to bestow curse. He needs to make a wisdom saving throw or become cursed for the duration.
Natty 20.
Oh, Jason.
Unless there's a disadvantage for being stunned.
Not for wisdom.
Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, it's gonna make that one.
Okay. Thought this was a good chance to try to use it.
I mean, it's all possible.
It's unfortunate. This would be a perfect time for Ice Knife.
Yeah.
Well, there's a massive bear. That's all. It's good too.
Bear claws are also as good as Ice Knife at this point.
Be just as fine.
Yeah.
What else you got, Musa?
Done.
All right.
Hasn't he done enough, Jason?
6. There are 1,000 screaming flumps and a huge bear Tali kind of rounding around the corner, trying to head back down.
6 is going to
6 smash.
15, so that's 30. Okay, yeah. She is going to wedge herself in between these two hunky-dories. And she is going to attack. Well, first of all, the beam's going to shoot out of her chest.
Okay.
So
Here comes another beam.
Care Bear stare over here.
He's got to make a... I forget what it is.
Con save, right?
Con save, yeah.
Makes a con
Also not
save.
affected by stuff.
Would normally fail. However, you see a glowing purple eyes form in the dark black portions of the mask. Doesn't seem affected by being blinded.
You got no eyes.
Oh, it's also
but it would do damage
Damage.
if that would do damage.
It would. Hold on, I can't find it. Let me go back to it. I don't remember how much damage it does.
It's a tough time.
Okay, it's 1d6. That's a 1.
Sweet. It's a little bright. A little.
Damage doesn't trigger it, does it?
Trigger what?
A crit fail of the
No, not damage. No, that
Okay.
we'd never finish a combat if that was the case.
Yeah, jeez.
I'm just making sure. Okay, attack with Warhammer.
Add advantage, please.
Oh,
Yeah.
why?
Oops.
It is stunned until the end of my next turn.
Okay. I also can add stuff.
Cannot move.
But it's
24
dang.
will hit.
24. That is 10 plus 2 because I'm raging. 12. I'm going to attack again.
Okay.
Still has advantage.
Hold on.
Oh.
I rolled D3. That's going to be
16.
16.
That's still missing.
16 is close, but unfortunately misses.
Hold on. Okay. That'll be it for me then.
All right, Tali.
Wait, so Tali roars straight into the sky. And let's see, 40 feet. How many boxes? 40 feet. Is it 4 boxes?
Yeah, every 10 feet would be a box here in difficult terrain.
Can't see the lines. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, right in between these two boys.
Yeah, I'll say you can do your attacks there and then pull back as long as you don't stop over top of one of their tokens.
I think she can actually share a spot with the intangible clone, but I'm not sure.
If that's possible, then that would be good to know, Harper.
The size larger, yeah, they can.
Oh, okay,
Nice.
cool. Well, then you can just hang out right there if you want, Tally.
Nice.
You bring some bear claws?
Just wanna make sure. I'm bringing some bear claws.
Yummy.
Bear
Great
claw.
one.
Love bear claws.
But I'm gonna do a multi-attack.
Oh,
Yeah.
You are gonna get advantage because this figure is stunned. They cannot move because Vice.
There also I have a question about the Wyrd. When it triggered, I had the offense. What is it?
Yeah.
So I have.
Damage.
Yeah, but I also have the augmented one, so I don't know which one activates or if it both activates. I have no idea.
All of them. Everything.
Everything that can.
So the
activate.
1d4 force, and then okay, got it. I'm there.
Crit range, probably.
I'm with you. Let's roll.
Nice.
Yeah, if you
Nope,
if you
I
have
didn't mean to do
multiple
that.
tiers in a augment, you get all of the bonuses. That's why Moose's turns
So
take.
should I roll for both bite and claws?
Let's do one at a time. You get advantage on them as you do them.
Okay, bite. One more.
That's gonna
Okay.
hit. So it does 8 piercing and
nice.
the additional damage from your suit triggering. It
I must
packs
need to reload. I don't see these rolls.
a little
Yeah.
extra oomph.
Do I roll the 1d4?
Yep. Yeah, give me a D4.
D4.
Oh, are you whispering them, maybe?
There it is.
Oh yeah, I think she's whispering.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because it's a
Oh, I'm
monster. That
just
makes
clicking the.
sense.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
you're
just
doing
clicking
it right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine. I'll still take it. Yeah.
Just
And
crit
the
on
claws.
1920.
She crits on a what?
Okay.
18, 19, 20. Well, sorry. I assumed that she had that. She picked.
Yeah.
I got an
think she does.
18 for the bite.
Oh yeah.
And then, so that's a crit hit as well.
So you'll
And then
roll
shall I- are we
another
doing
D8.
claws? Yeah.
Holy
Did you just shoot
shit.
twice?
Do you have all 3 of in offense for your suit?
I have only 2.
2. Okay.
So give me another
Yeah.
D8 roll because your first attack was an 18, so you get an additional damage die.
Okay. D8.
So that's an extra 3
Three.
damage. And then your next
it.
attack, you don't even have to roll again because normally you'd get advantage, but that's a natty 20, so that's automatically going to hit. So that is 13 plus 5. So that's a lot of damage.
Well, was that one a crit too? Does
Yeah.
it-
Mm-hmm.
Natural 20. He said.
Yeah. Did we roll 46 on it?
Oh yeah, give me an additional 2d6 on top of that. And then if you would please, as you feel your bear suit tighten around you, please roll me a d25. I know this is a
Okay.
lot of dice.
2d6.
Yeah, roll a 2d6 so we know the full damage.
Nice.
Oh my
Holy
god.
shit.
That's a good roll.
And then roll me a roll me a d25 because the Wyrd always triggers first before damage is dealt. Things may get a little weird. You're at 0 Wyrd pressure right now, so that's a what, 22?
Yep.
Let me see here. Nothing immediately. Actually, hang on.
You explode into a bunch of flops.
Magic turkey. Magic turkey.
I swear to God, if we see that fucking turkey ever again.
It's Turkey Day.
It's our 8th wonder.
This would be a thing for, let's see here. Okay, something triggers, but you don't know exactly what it is.
God damn it.
And give me a
What was the total
D3 roll.
damage?
I'll tell you as soon as she does a D3 roll.
Wait, where do I do a D3?
You can just
Just
do
type slash roll.
Type it in. Yeah.
yeah, slash roll
wait,
space
slash
1d3.
Slash.
Yep, just like that.
All
Hey,
right.
not bad.
Nice.
You feel, remember where Lexi told you there is a 0 on your palm. You feel a sensation on your palm. And as you kind of pull your bear paw up, your suit kind of over top of your bear paw, you see a 1 appear as your weird Parisian cresses. I changed the third little bar in your little token to a purple bar. That's your weird bar, so you can change that to a 1 out of 10 if you want to keep track of that. You all watch as Tali brings down a series of vicious bear claws. The figure pulls back from the rending, and you watch as they struggle to move. You can see their hand begin to flick up and around violently, and they grab their wrist with their other hand, almost turning their head slowly, still somewhat stunned, to stare at a number that's hard to see in their palm. Vice, make a perception check.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Very low. It's a 7.
With a 7, you can't pinpoint the exact number you see in the palm of their hand, but it is somewhere in the 20s.
What?
You
Well, that's not
watch as purple electricity surrounds the figure, and they squeeze their palms together. Fractal shards quickly appear around them, and each of you brace yourselves as with a blast, the figure is gone. Combat is over.
What?
Well,
The flumps scream and begin to shift, running away.
Oh. No.
Gotta get out of here.
What the hell?
They're so cute.
Well,
It's like,
forgive me for cursing, but this day is just downright the pits.
that was nuts. Who was that?
That was cheating, is what that was. He had bigger numbers than we do.
It's usually not a good thing.
We should go check out that ship. Sounds like looks like he came out of there. Could be
That's
a clue or two.
That's a good idea. We should investigate the ship.
Let's do it.
did we? Vice gonna like knock on the shoulder cuff or the collar. Hey, did you know that guy? Hexy?
Hexy pulls out of your suit and says,
That one seemed familiar, but we do not remember.
Gives it a little fist bump.
Think harder next time.
thank you for the raid, Hina. Thank you so much. Welcome, everybody.
Yo.
Maybe it was like, I don't know. Maybe they sent somebody on this mission before us, and they got away somehow. Well, no sense in speculating.
Oh, what was that, Tally?
Did I talk to people in Bear?
Unfortunately
common?
not.
Or-
No. However, I think you keep your telepathy.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So you
Yeah.
you have a bear mouth, so you can't talk as a bear, but you have your telepathy, and your mind is still your own, even in bear
I
form.
just-
So you can still
yeah.
use your telepathy.
So Bear Tali is just going rah 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 rah, but in your mind you hear, "Are we sure that that could be someone who came here before, or are they for the same prize?"
Do you mean, did they come here at the same time as us?
Yes.
It'd be a miracle to gain so much, what do we call it? Weird pressure? Wild pressure?
Weird pressure.
So fast.
Weird pressure, yeah.
Weird pressure.
I suppose it's not impossible, but it seems very unlikely.
More possible than the planet being made out of cheese, at any rate.
Or a giant.
If I'm a betting rabbit, which I definitely am, I have a bit of a problem actually.
Six is my favorite character, I swear.
I would say that Lexi woman knows something.
If I was a betting hare, which you are, I would say that she wouldn't tell us anyway. But we can ask.
Only one way to find out. Besides, Hunky's right. We should check out that ship.
Let's do it.
We walk and check out the ship.
The ship that's ominously spewing black
Smoke, yes.
smoke and
That's the one. Yes, that same ship.
is the terrain still difficult?
There is like weird purple smoke just spewing from like tears in reality in the ground around you as you like tiptoe around it. You pull up, stepping kind of up. Go ahead.
Oh, Tali goes over to Musa and gets her to get on her back.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know how to do that, but
I'll put your token to the back so she can pop on. There you go.
Jason.
Yes.
Amanda.
These tears in reality.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Does Six recognize them at all? Seem familiar to her at all?
Give me a some type of relevant check.
History?
You need some music to remember.
Oh, I need something on history.
Oh,
I need something really good. Okay, that's a 14. I'm gonna add my +1. Why not? 15.
But I also.
You want to do the
Actually,
check on
no.
your own
Go ahead.
tally? Okay. 6. You surmise that most of this is probably just fallout from whatever buildup of weird pressure was coming from that figure's suit. But there is, with a check of 15, some, at least in the back of your mind, a strange, small sense of familiarity.
Okay.
Hunky waves over at Baz and says, "You know what this mist reminds me of? Those crazy parties we used to get into. You remember the ones." And he taps the side of his nose, and Baz just goes, and then walks into one and just tries to take a huge deep breath.
Oh no!
I do an Arcana check. So 19.
Hey, nice.
What is all this misty fog?
This...
If it doesn't get us fucked up, what does it do?
This is fumes from a literal tear in reality. You have no idea, even with a 19 check, what this might do.
I like to imagine Baz is like doing like a early internet like graphical short where he's just kind of like splitting. Well, that's scary. And he waves a hand and Baz disappears. Not gonna think about that. Let's go on.
Domo's looking at this ship and seeing if she can like ascertain if it's from any like designs that she would recognize. She's using her knowledge of history, of which surprisingly is very high.
Okay. You see as you kind of climb up this incline and take a look at it that this is just a chunk of what was maybe a larger ship. It is a complete wreckage. It's difficult to make out any meaningful thing on it without a good check from just the soot, the smoke, and just the general broken down nature of the whole thing.
Is it a spelljammer?
Without a check, you
just
could have no
ship?
idea.
I'm gonna make a history check and see if I can find any familiar pieces or designs that I recognize.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yeah.
Did you say history?
Oh my god!
Go for it again, my friend. Listen to this song that reminds you of the place and time you were.
Thank you.
It was my
Did
music.
Wow.
I mean.
Doubles.
This is what it's like being.
Could I give
this is what it's
a
like being Luke. Everyone.
guidance?
No. That's not gonna do anything. It's fine.
It's always David Luke play.
You all can still make.
I make my characters really good at one thing, and I consistently roll shit on the one thing they're supposed to be good at.
Domo, you don't recognize any meaningful marks or emblems on what little is left of the ship. But Tali, you or anyone else, you can make your own individual checks if you'd like. Perception checks, investigation checks.
I wanted to know more about. Let's see.
Nope.
I would like to do an investigation check.
Hey,
Yes.
look, you can make a check on anything you want. As long as you're rolling that d20, that's all I care about. Especially now that you're in a suit.
Ooh,
Dirty
ooh,
20,
that
okay.
was close.
Is this on the ship, Tali?
Yes.
Tali, you make an investigation check. You use your investigation to think, like, where would the most prominent area on this portion of the ship display something like a title or some type of insignia or emblem of where it's from. You kind of wave the smoke out of your face and kind of just push over some of the pieces of wood and flecks of it that have broken apart. And finally you do come upon, after moving some planks, a piece, a boarded piece of the ship that actually has in common 3 letters displayed on it. And they are DQP.
DQP?
Dairy Queen? No, I'm kidding.
There is
Dairy
a
Queen Princess.
strange tingling sensation in the back of your mind as you stare at this, but you can't place your finger on why.
And where was that? On a board?
Like a
on the side
big
of the
chunk
ship?
of the ship that she moved some planks off of that was probably maybe on the side of it somewhere nearby.
Okay.
Well, I've got no idea what that could possibly mean.
Acronyms. They mean a lot.
I mean, I think
I
Luke
do-
knows. I think Luke might know what it is, but Domo wouldn't.
Could I do a history check on the letters? Or
Sure, absolutely. That's another D20 roll, of course.
Jason?
No, you just can't place your finger on it, Tally, with that check. You're not sure. It's pretty broad, just 3 letters.
Well, we should see if we can make any sort of connection to these letters, but for the time being, I think it's time we move on to the crater.
Yeah, we need to find the other hexy.
I have a feeling we haven't seen the last of our friend either.
We don't know where he comes from. We don't know.
As you can't use the same rhyme
We don't
3
know
times.
where he goes. But we know that he's a reality skipping Cotton Eye Joe.
Should we like end the session on a short rest or something? Or is it safe to rest here, Jason? Even with the reality fog?
You probably feel like you'd have a better time pressing on out of this area closer to
All
the
right,
crater
yeah,
to do that.
let's do that then. Yeah,
We
Um,
should
do that.
You each do that. Let's see if I can get you there. You each do that. Pressing on, once you've cleared this area, it's oh yeah, Flash was supposed to be with you.
Poor Flash.
He's with you guys. He's just been very quiet this session.
He's like, hey, I've been talking to that kid Ghost back there. Where did you guys go?
Poor fucking Flash.
He's done a lot of interesting things.
He's there somewhere.
Have you guys heard of an acronym called DQP? They kept saying it over and over again. It's probably a clue for something.
Each of you carry on. It doesn't take long once you're able to make it past this area of this sort of like broken down countryside woods, making your way past the ship. Domo, you kind of continue looking down at the cartographer's map. That's well laid out enough to where you don't need any checks to follow along. About 30 minutes pass, and you find yourselves kind of working your way up a sort of rocky path. And as you sort of hit the top, you see a very deep, craterous pit that kind of falls down with a bunch of rubble and stuff down below. Everyone please, actually, who has the highest passive perception here?
Ooh, not me.
What's that mean?
On your sheets, on the front sheet, there's a passive perception. It's like, without you having to specifically look somewhere where your eyes may naturally pick up. Or senses, rather.
16?
16.
10.
Tally.
I had 15 in passive investigation. Not the same thing.
Yeah, I'd say Tally, with your 16 perception, you do catch nearby, not far off from where the path led you up to the top of this cliffside where the crater is. You can see the voluminous stretch that seems to go on for some space. It seems like this big pit has collapsed in on itself from wherever this black rock fell. You notice with your perception what looks like a, what is it called? A piton that you attach like a rope to.
Yeah.
You see a piton kind of sticking out of the ground. Actually, you now see two, and then another. You see flecks of what looks like rope that was attached to it, but it only goes down so far before the rope becomes frayed, where it becomes unattached. You can see from here it would be possible to descend, but you need a pretty strong check. You could get advantage if you use something from your equipment, though, to try and descend down this way, if that's what you'd like to do.
I got rope.
If only somebody could walk down this wall, I say.
Oh, yeah.
And Domo just starts walking down with you, I guess.
Oh, that's right. You can do that.
So, we have advantage, I'm guessing? Or do we just do it by walking down?
You guys have spider walk. You just watch as Harper and Domo just turn. It's not like a full 90 degrees. Like there is a little bit of a slant. But you do watch as their bodies arch and they just begin to like calmly walk down towards the large darkened crevice area.
Here, Domo will help. She walks down to where the rope is frayed, and then she tries to securely tie it to her own rope.
Okay.
Which I don't know how much farther does the chasm go down?
It drops like 100 feet.
Okay, so
anybody else got some rope?
I got some rope.
I got rope and I can walk on walls.
My bear language.
Rope.
Yeah, Tally uses her telepathy to say that she's got some ropes on her pack. You can see the little spindle of rope wrapped around her gear at the side.
That's adorable. I climb back up. I take the rope. I tie it to mine, and now everyone should at least have a chain of rope going down to the bottom.
Does that go all the way to the bottom? Okay. Yeah, you don't need to make a check.
It would be 100 feet with two of our things.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, you don't need to make a check. You kind of do this, Domo, tying one in and then walking the rest of the way down and tying the other. You can kind of see closer now towards the bottom of this area. There does seem to be a small clearing where some of the rubble has been cleared, and you do see something down there, but you need to travel with the rest of the group to get there.
Yeah, I'll wait till people start moving down the rope to go check out what's down there.
Everyone who's not spider walking down there and using the rope to descend, I would ask for you to please give me a acrobatics check or a dexterity, or an acrobatics or a athletics check at advantage to descend down.
Yes. I believe in all of you.
6.
Has anyone got a really shit one of those scores?
Yeah, I can also assist.
You said with advantage?
With advantage,
Yeah.
because
I
Domo
guess
has
it's already with
secured the rope.
advantage.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, 6 runs. She goes first. She's like descending way too fast, probably.
All right, go ahead and give me that check. And we are close to wrapping up. I know we're super late.
That's an 18.
Yeah, you're able to descend fine, 6. You kind of just use the rope as you sort of like slowly, you know, keeping your feet against the side. Just kind of like you're not really rappelling down. Like I said, it's not straight 90 degrees, but it does help you just secure your footing, as sometimes it's a little slippery with all the rocks and debris. 6 descends.
Musa descends even faster.
Musa, you descend pretty fast. Musa gets
Well,
about
she's
halfway
dead.
down the rope before her hands slip and she begins to fall.
6
Can
is
I-
gonna try to catch her.
Oh. Yeah.
All right, give me some type of
Or
check,
something.
6.
What would that be?
Give me, I think,
Athletics again? Or
athletics or
acrobatics?
sleight of hand.
I prefer athletics.
Okay, you can do that.
An 8. Oh my god.
God.
You grip at her gloved hand, but it just slips out of your grasp as she continues to fall. How far down were you, Domo?
I would have had to tie off the rope, so I'm probably 25 feet from the bottom.
You
could-
see
I
Musa
could try
falling
maybe-
your way.
Can I? Okay. Can I try to like? I want to do like an acrobatics, but I want to like flavor it as I want to try to pin the lapel of her hex suit with an arrow to the wall.
Oh, okay,
And
cool.
maybe if that won't stop her completely, it'll at least slow her down.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, here we go.
Shoot an arrow next to her face.
Well, that's a 10. This is totally the sort of thing Domo would try, though, to try to impress people.
Your arrow catches through your suit, Musa, as you see it catch on the rocks, and then it tugs and pulls free. You begin to fall, and you do take a d6 damage as you kind of like do that sort of tumble against the sharp rocks and stuff around here, taking 6 points of bludgeoning damage. But you do, it's enough to slow your fall where you are able to finally, like with one more final roll, kind of grip around the rope closer to Domo's area, closer towards the bottom.
That could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Ow.
Careful, whelp.
Oh, I've never done anything like this before.
Oh, that's right. You never seen dirt before.
Vice, are you wearing your spider shoes?
Yes.
All right. Vice walks down. Tali,
My Vice Force wands.
how do you descend?
Yeah, you're a bear.
Oh,
Yeah, so I just bear down. No, I'm kidding. Let's see.
In your bear
I have
form.
climbing speed.
Yeah, I was gonna say you
I
have
don't know if
climbing
that-
speed, so I'd allow you to make again an athletics or dexterity check at advantage because you are a large bear with some natural ability to climb. So descending down this way is not as hazardous as it would be in your human
Or
form.
dexterity.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
a acrobatics or athletics check at advantage is what I meant.
Got it. Acrobatics.
Oh, oh, well, no, yeah, that'd be
Nice.
fine.
At
Yeah.
advantage.
And
Well,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, you Tali, you definitely are able to sort of like bounce from one rock to the other, kind of counterbalancing your weight so you don't step in the wrong area and begin tipping and falling down that way, and you're able to naturally, in your bear form, make your way down to the bottom. As each of you make your way to the bottom, I'm assuming you, Domo, and those of you with Spider Walk are continuing on.
Undo the rope
Yeah.
and come back down.
You find yourselves at a clearing here. There is a space down here. There is a kind of thick rocky mist that pervades this area. But you do see in the dirt around here footsteps. And up ahead, you see the skeletons of what used to be 3 humanoid-looking figures.
Is one of them abnormally tall?
One of them seems taller than the others, yes.
Oh.
Strapped to their backs And also set next to their packs is, funnily enough, 7 strange-looking devices.
How convenient.
Do we wear them on our backs and they have like a one-ish gun type of attachment?
Someone make an Arcana check if you want to, seeing these packs. They sort of look like
boom, done.
brass with a long hose that comes out, and then like a translucent bubble around them. Musa, you're able to pick up some stuff. Tali, you're unable to pick up exactly what's going on, and I need you to make a D25 roll for me, please. And then a D3 roll as you trigger the Wyrd. 19, okay.
Ooh. Hate to see it.
Your Wyrd pressure.
Yikes.
Tali goes up to 4. Please just keep that in mind. Also, your skin begins to shift as you kind of look at your bare paws and your body, Tali. And on your bare skin, you see that you have now prickly cactus-like skin.
Holy shit. That's awesome, though.
That's kind of cool.
Hang on just a second. I'm going to post this here.
Just a little poke.
Anything that tries to touch you is going to take 1d2 piercing damage while this effect lasts.
Musa, get off!
Oh, yeah. Musa can't ride on her.
Yeah. Musa looks a little prickly, or Tali looks a little prickly now, Musa. But with your check, Musa, you're able to determine and actually understand the basic functions of the phantom suckers.
Suckers. Oh, this is good.
Worn like a backpack, these brass and glass devices are the epitome of non-lethal spectral policing technology. They can suck in creatures. That's going to be listed under your party belongings. There's enough for each of you in the party.
Nice. Awesome.
As you look up ahead, you see a featureless, out of the outcropping of the fallen rocks, you see a featureless wall of some sort that is just pure black. And next to the wall, you see a strange looking object. It looks to be made of a similar, very clear, sharp, angular design, and seems to be an object that looks like it has many faces to it. This one, a similar black color.
Investigate?
Sure.
Do that next week.
Oh, yeah, it is getting late, isn't it?
Go ahead and just give me the check. We'll wrap up right after this.
All right.
Okay.
7. Once again, it's a Luke roll. Forget anything ever happened.
You're not sure what's going on with this thing. Anybody else?
I'll make a... Can I do perception?
Sure. Perception will work.
Jesus.
You're not able to pick up exactly what's going on here, but it seems like from the look of it, it has a similar look to this wall here. And perhaps if you made contact with it, something might happen.
Touch.
6 has like no health. I don't know if she should be running around touching things. She will though. She touches the thing.
You each watch as 6 steps up as each of you are investigating these packs and touches this strange device. With a flash, each of you find yourselves appearing in a darkened room.
What?
Somewhere different than where you just were. I'm gonna finish up right here. I'm just moving the maps. This is where I just wanted to get everybody before we call the session here.
Was it me?
Hunt. Ghost hunt. Ghost hunt.
It might have been me.
It was 100%.
It was me.
You hear the sound of shifting, what sounds like maybe machinery or something moving in the darkness. And then coming to light are a number of what look like purplish lights around each of you, lighting this new area that you happen to find yourselves in. Maybe this is the crypt, you're unsure. But I will move the map. This is a larger map, so you guys are going to be kind of in the center-ish of it. And this is where we'll have our ending here. Each of you stand up, brushing yourselves off, to realize that you are in some type of room, a place that seems far different than the area you just were.
Oh my god.
Wait, what?
No, there's bones! No!
Wait, no.
Aw, I don't like it.
Hang on, let me add
I don't
sight
like
for
this one
myself too. I want to see this. There we go. I think I can see this now on the stream. There we go. You find yourself standing in some type of strange room. And that is where we'll end this session.
That's not nice.
Look how they massacred my girl.
Thank you guys for hanging out with me. It's a super late session, but thank you all. I just wanted to get you here. Ooh, man, I love planning some content and us not getting through all of it. That's fucking perfect. Thank you so much, GM Henna, for the raid. Thank you. I really appreciate that. If any of you enjoyed watching the weird shenanigans going on in the stream, I'd love to have you follow the channel if you haven't already. We were at 400 and then, I don't know, we weren't. So if you want to put us back to 400, you can give us a follow, help us out. I really appreciate everyone for stopping in. Thank you, Mousy, for dropping on by. It's always fun to see you and anybody else who stops in the stream. We're late, so just make sure and go check out my Twitter for any up-to-date stuff like that in terms of my schedule and anything like that. If you missed this episode and want to catch more, they're over on the YouTube. I also post them here on the VODs. If you want to get early access to those videos and a whole bunch more benefits, you can go check out the Patreon. Also go to Instagram, and if you want to go grab some merch, go to thegodmode.shop. That's it for tonight. Thank you everyone for hanging out. It's late. We're going to be out of here. We'll see you, next week? We'll figure it out. I'll ask after stream. Goodbye, everybody!
Bye.
Now let's look at another one of these. This is where we go into the Dungeon Master's Guide. Who is the Dungeon Master?
Well, the Dungeon Master is a person who plays God in the game. And he controls all the situations. In fact, the books tell him that he is the god of the game, and he controls the situations in the game, controls the way the players are moving through the dungeons, and then if he doesn't like someone, he can play pretty much against them.
Do you think parents are aware that when the children play the game, that demon spirits are involved?
I do not think that many parents are aware of what's inside the game. In fact, in my presentation, I show many pictures from the inside of the books just to show the images of this game. I mean, the gruesomeness of this game and the occult link to it.
Well, I know that when I did my message, and this has happened, I have letter after letter where people took the pieces. Now, there's sixes involved in the pieces of the game, but they take the pieces of the game, they would throw them in the incinerator or the fireplace, and screams would come out because there seemed to be some kind of spiritual forces inhabiting those pieces, and children would drop out of life. They didn't want to study anymore. What are the pieces, for instance?
Well, this game affects the most intelligent of our children. And the pieces include white witches, wizards, necromancers, the clerics, that type of thing. It includes evil wizards. It's a white versus black witchcraft. The good versus evil is white versus black witchcraft. And Anton LaVey, the writer of the Satanist Bible, says there is no such thing as white witchcraft.
Well, being a Satan worshiper, he should know.
Yeah, he should know.